Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, word on the street is that Viv mentioned me. I know, I caught the last half of it. Which is cool. Death of Atari, what are my thoughts on doing drugs? Are they cool? Oh, hello. Hello. Counter's here. Say hello, everybody. Say hello to the kitty. She's already purring. Like, she just got on my lap and she's already like... I think drugs are badass. Fighting Hobbit got Taco Bell. Hello, Based Department. Goddamn, I've been live for 3 minutes and there's already almost 200 people in here. Hello. Hello, cat. Sorry, I hope I'm not... Oh, Riverboat Jack says hi? Is Riverboat Jack... Jack's still streaming, right? Why is Kitty green? She's not green. What was that? Do you want... You can't have cookies. You can't have my... No Pocky for Kitty. Yeah, word on the street is that Viv gave me a shout out, so I was gonna watch the beginning of the segment to see what it is. Hello, what? Let me see if I can show off. Cat. Look at how bad this cat wants fucking Pocky right now. Look at this. You want Pocky? What? Hello? Oh, look at those scritches. Oh, baby. Nelson JD, Elon sells Twitter using one simple trick. Yeah, oh, hello. Hello. Can I help you? Can I fucking help you, cat? He asked if you... Well, don't spoil it for me. Delarka, I gotta say, some of us have been suggesting your videos to Hassan's streams. I would honestly love to see him react to okay. I would like to see Hassan react to one of my good videos. The cat's vile displays of gluttony are grotesque. You bite your tongue. She's such a baby. Hydrogen, thank you very much for following. Well, that's part of the reason I'm actually streaming later. Would I ever go on Hassan's stream? Oh, yeah, geez. Yes, of course I would go on Hassan's stream. I would love to go on Hassan's stream. Why would I not? Why would I not like to go on a stream that gets like tens of thousands of viewers for every episode? Always slays. I'm like wearing no makeup. What's my best video? I don't know. Let me see. Cat is on the desk, everybody. Cat is on the desk. Thank you very much, Johnny Viral. What video was the most fun to make? Those are two very different questions. Oh, Sam has a new video out. I'm sorry, Tim Pool is joining the White House press pool? Dog, what? That's crazy. Alright, if y'all aren't hearing that, it's because my cat is now against the fucking mic. You are being just a... And she's back in my lap. What's my thought on Mudahar trying to sue Noah Samson? Good fucking luck, dude. Good fucking luck. Like, I think it's very fucking funny that a drama tuber who makes, like, everything on sensationalizing and doing all that truth nuke drama tube bullshit, like, do not care. Especially when it's a lot easier to prove Noah's point. Like, Noah did a good job in that video of like supporting his argument. My best video. You know, the interviews with the Anderson kids, I'm still really proud of those. As far as fun videos or the Synthetic Man video, I'm still pretty happy with that. The kind of all the Christian movie reviews I've done, those are pretty fun, I think. Homophobes at Pride is a good one. Lies at the Satanic Temple is a good one. I don't know. I have a bunch of videos I'd be like chill if Hasan watched on stream. Mudahar is a fucking drama tuber. The Bible card game video. Redemption was a fun one. I like Redemption. What I'm eating? I am eating some delicious cookie and cream Pocky biscuit sticks that my cat apparently really loves. I don't give her like food at all. Like I don't give her like, I give her food. I give her cat food, but I don't give her like human food. Yeah, I don't know. Like, just having Hasan, if nothing else, to like draw views, like I'm not gonna turn that down, especially because I need videos, or I need views right now, especially as I'm waiting on this fucking Brianna Woo piece to come together, because this thing is kicking my ass, y'all. History of Anti-Semitism is another one. These are cookies and cream, Pocky. Alrighty, let's watch some of this.
The people that had made out through collaboration with the Japanese colonialists at the time that wanted to maintain that same exact...
Alright, I want to go to when Viv comes on.
In Jenna Wilson on, hold on one moment. I'm going to call her real quick.
I started the cat. No!
Right now. Start virtual camera. Boom, boom, boom.
No, I've talked about this before. Somebody in chat asking...
Okay.
Yeah, somebody in chat asking if I have editors or if I edit everything myself. What? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What? I think my dog is jealous that my cat's on my lap. What? What do you want? What? Is there something? Oh. Alright, give me 1 second, my lady. My dog dropped her ball. I gotta put the cat down. Leave your sister alone. Leave her alone. Damn it. Lady. Here. Dog. menaces. These animals are menaces. Look at what I'm... Chat. Do you see what I'm dealing with now? Do you see what I have to deal with on a regular basis? What do you want? You are... No. What? You are a menace. What is wrong with you, you crazy pooch? Cannot believe the nerve on this animal. Somebody asked if I have editors. No, I edit all of my videos. I record all of my footage. I do everything. Like I literally don't have anybody else who works for me. Like it doesn't matter if it's thumbnails. It doesn't matter if it's like stream highlights. All of that I do. So, and all of that is time consuming. So yeah, I'll take whatever spotlight and whatever help I can get at this point. All right. Anyway.
All right, I'm calling.
Ooh, before we start, really quick, I got a new lady. Yes, I will throw your ball. Good God. Hey, Storm over Crin, it has been a while. Oh no, it's not that I want editors or I need editors. I don't. I like having authorship over everything I do. It's just that it's a very intensive process. I got Play a Vibe Celsius, which is purportedly a sparkling pina colada edition. The Play a Vibe. So, this is my first taste test of it. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm sorry, the Epic Times is in the fucking White House press pool? Like, fucking of course they are. I mean, why not? Why not? Why not? It's water? No, it's not. This is an energy drink. But that is, you know, chat, as a certified pineapple and coconut enjoyer, I will say, Play a Vibe Celsius, this is delightful. Like, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Some Celsius are like, they're This is going, there's like a prickly pear one that's pretty good. Oh, is it supposed to be playa? Is that what it's supposed to be? Given your ADHD, do energy drinks have any effects on you? Yeah, they help me focus. You'll usually see me drinking energy drinks on stream, and that's because it helps me focus on a stream because my ADHD meds have usually worn off for the day. Peach Vibe, I fuck with Peach Vibe. Cosmic Vibe is all right. I really like Fantasy Vibe, although that one's like maybe a little bit too sweet. Can I talk at 2 times speed? I have mold brain. Ooh. Is it, so it is playa. Okay. All right, it's playa. All right. All right, are we sure it's not supposed to be playa? Are we sure it's not supposed to be a playa vibe? Cuz like if I think like, yo, what kind of drink if I was a playa, if I was a baller shot caller and I was on a beach, I was like, yo, give me a drink, what would I get? I would get a pina colada in the coconut or in the pineapple. Like, I think it's play a vibe. That's just me. That's just me. Inferior pancake, you're amazing. Thank you. blood test right after drinking that because it has so much biotin that it can make you. Wait. Not to get a blood test. So much biotin it can make you look like you have medical problems. I have a lot of biotin. Oh, fuck, it does. That's, you know what? That's actually rad. Biotin is really good for trans people because estrogen can kind of like wear at the consistency of hair and nails, which biotin helps with. So that's perfect for me. Wisconsin? All those drinks are inferior to Dr. Pepper? Nah, I'm not fucking... Let's fucking go. Yeah, no shit, Wisconsin. I'm willing to bet the Attorney General's office of Wisconsin just spent the last 2 days just being like, what the fuck does this fucking idiot think he's doing? Okay, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's go see Mayan Hasan. You know, this is actually I hope it's a good clip. I hope it's a good clip with my name in it, because what I really want to do is I want to make a new channel video, like a channel trailer. And I'd like to get a good clip of Hasan saying dead domain, because I want to cut it with Steven Anderson saying dead domain and Synthetic Man calling me out in his chat. I think that would be really good with them crashing out over me. That'd be magnifique, I think. Oh no, don't get me wrong. I fuck with Dr. Pepper, but it's just too much. It's too much sugar now. Like even as sweet as Celsius is, like it doesn't like cling to the mouth the same way like Dr. Pepper and soda does. I honestly can't drink soda much anymore. Johnny MP, if I thought about reaching out to these peeps for an interview, which peeps? Like Vivian? Who? I chat with Vivian on like Blue Sky and shit. We're trying. Oh yeah, thank you, Rozzy. All right, so yeah, I wanna see the. Oh, Hasan. What? I mean, like, I don't quite know what I would interview Hasan for. I have much smaller profile people who with much more, I think, to say about the things I'm covering, if that makes sense. Anyway, I hate how fucking poofy my hair is. I just washed it today, and so it's just like all soft and cloud-like and shit.
Hopefully this works.
Aw, thank you, Postmodern, for $1.99. Hasan is also as pretty as dead domain.
Yeah, is there an echo on my end?
No, there isn't, but I can't see you. I don't know if I don't think you turned your camera on.
No.
Boom. Okay, perfect. There we go. Hold on.
On my end, I'm not watching the stream, so this is literally just like a Discord call.
Yeah. It's
I have no idea how many people are watching. Probably a lot.
No. There's like 37,000 people watching. Don't freak. It's okay. Don't freak out.
37,000. Oh, I'm not freaking out.
Okay, good. I mean, you listen. Teen Vulg already scooped you, so it's just like, oh, you're getting a lot of Discord messages, just so you know.
I am getting a lot of Discord messages.
So you might want to mute that if you can.
How the fuck do I mute? Okay, I'm so sorry.
Hold
okay,
on.
we're gonna do that because a lot of people are texting me being like, "Oh my God, you're on Hasan. Oh my God, you're on Hasan." And I'm like, I know.
Wait, so were you not have you watched my stuff before? Have you seen my stuff before?
Myself? That's such a fucking weird way.
I
that's
saw
not
like the
good.
AOC thing, which very cool. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna try joining on my phone. That might be better.
No. This is fine. You just gotta mute your put it in. I think in the bottom, if you click on user settings or something, There's got to be like a, oh no, just click on the bottom profile on the bottom left of your Discord, and when it on there's a do not disturb, and just
Okay, Nosferatu, hi Dead Domain chat. Came here from the Vivian Hasan interview. Vivian will be on another interview with Carolyn Kwan soon where they will play Minecraft, but W Vivian. Should I fucking like make a clip out of the video, the time I had Vivian on stream? Like I hate to I've been bitching about it a little bit on Twitter. It's not that big of a deal. Like, it's fine. But see, now here's the thing that I'm running into is I could get Viv on a stream pretty easily, I think. But like now I think it's hack, you know? Like Hassan already did it, you know? Like I have her, hopefully she's going to be on a stream next month with me and Queen Coke Francis, and I'm hopefully I'm trying to get Farrah Moan, who's a drag queen, on. You should clip it. She was in the so here's the thing. It was before the like Teen Vogue thing, and it was like, I don't know, it was like what, 4 or 5 months ago, and it was like, I think I just introduced her as Vivian Wilson or Vivian Jenna Wilson, and like I think just literally nobody recognized her name at the time, and we didn't talk about like her dad or any of that shit at all. So but yeah, Queen Coke Francis and Viv are already on board. I'm just trying to get in contact with Farrah to put that together. So next, tentatively, I'll be doing another trans charity mutual aid stream next month on April 19th, and we're going to start with 12 hours and then go to 18, I think. But yeah, so April 19th is when we're thinking of doing it.
like under your edit profile, there's online idle do not disturb. You put do not disturb.
I am so sorry.
How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
You're 20 years old. You don't know how to use Discord? That's probably good. You don't have brain.
I do know how to use Discord. I don't have the do not disturb because I am an attention whore.
Okay,
can I say that?
All right, that makes all right. That's fine.
I don't know if I can say that. I don't know. I can swear, right? I can swear.
All right, I can't believe I'm 33 and I'm giving you tech support. Everyone that called me a boomer, fuck you guys. Okay.
Well, okay. No, I'm very infamously, notoriously horrible at anything involving tech.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry about it. All right. So, is this your first ever real-time live interview? Is that what's going on, or have you done these before?
Interview? I think live interview, yes, but it's not my first live stream. I did one with Dead Domain.
Who'd you do it with?
Very cool. Sorry?
Who'd you do it with?
Dead Domain.
Dak Domain?
Hassan!
Dad Domain. Oh no, I'm unfamiliar, but I'm sure people in the chat.
Brother, no!
Dead Domain. Dead Domain W. That's what they're saying. All right, so you gave an interview to Teen Vogue. Vivian Jenna Wilson on being Elon Musk's estranged daughter, protecting trans youth, and taking on the right online. And that's
No, that's still no, because here's the thing. Okay, my dog is freaking out My dog. Let me show off. Pupper's having a crash out. What? You want to know what's got me so wild up? So wild up? Huh? You're such a crazy dog. You're such a crazy dog. Yeah. Where's your ball? Go get it. Go get it. Pew. I threw it. Go get it. It's right there. Yeah. That's kind of the best of both worlds, honestly. Cause like, what? Rude as hell you are. That's kind of the best of both worlds because not only did I get Hassan saying dead domain dub in the chat, but I also got DAC domain and dad domain, which is, yeah, for your number one Spokane dad podcast. Dad domain. Yeah, Harris is dad domain. If anybody here is a daddy, it's Harris. That's pretty fucking funny. I don't think I was mentioned any other time, was I? That's funny. Dad domain dub. Thank you, Johnny MP, for $10. Daiquiri domain. Speaking of which, if y'all would like to, am I DD Junior then? I'm the only DD. I'm the only one who's here. If you would like to help out, by the way, I'm still, unfortunately, I'm gonna be e-bagging for like probably a week or two, because like I've said before, money is tight because of taxes. So if you would like to help support my work, at least until the Twitch check drops next month, once I get paid from YouTube next month, I'll be fine. No more e-bagging. But if you would like to help support my work, the Ko-Fi or Coffee link down below on Twitch and YouTube. Throw in a couple bucks, like $3, $4, $5 my way. Really, really super duper helps. My checking account right now is like under $100, and it's kind of going to be that way, fluctuating depending on the help from y'all for a little bit. Johnny MP, do you have Patreon or anything else other than super chats peeps can go send to? Yeah, so I have Patreon. All of this stuff is linked on the YouTube page, and there should be links on the Twitch page. But the Ko-Fi or Coffee link is genuinely like the easiest way to help. Not very good. No, I have not had a chance yet, Salem. I have not had a chance yet. Okay, dog is back in. Does anybody else know if I mentioned? I don't think I'm mentioned anywhere else. Oh. Okay, now she wants to play tug. Thank you very much, Johnny Viral. Ko-fi, no fee. Yeah, so the thing with Ko-Fi, Ko-fi is that I get the money right away. Which, like anything, and again, this isn't to take away, I appreciate literally everything. I could not do it without y'all's help. But I have to wait like over a month for YouTube and Twitch to come through. And they also take a cut of it, where Ko-Fi, coffee, whatever you want to call it, it sends it right through to my PayPal, and I get most of what you send to me. Wug, dog. I have a lot of oh, okay, yeah, I want to actually, let me look at the chat. That's pretty funny. Okay, yeah, let me chat it up.
Well, Okay, no, I'm very infamously, notoriously horrible at anything involving tech.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry about it. All right. So, this is this your first ever real-time live interview? Is that what's going on? Or have you done these before?
Interview? I think live interview, yes, but it's not my first live stream. I did one with Dad Domain.
Who'd you do it with?
Very cool person. Sorry?
Who'd you do it with?
Dad Domain?
Dak Domain?
Dad Domain.
Dad
YouTuber.
Domain. Oh no, I'm unfamiliar, but I'm sure people in the chat know Dead Domain. Dead Domain W. That's what they're saying. All right, so
oh my god,
you gave
so
an
many
interview
fucking people. Holy shit. There are so many people in the chat. So many people in Hassan's chat know me. Holy fuck, you love to see it. Whoa. That's fucking crazy. All right, I'm gonna, yeah. Watch just a little bit more. Just watch my name. Dead, not dad.
You gave an
Fuck.
interview to Teen Vogue.
It's going so
Vivian
fast.
Wilson on being Elon Musk's estranged daughter, protecting trans youth, and taking on the right online.
Oh my god, it just
And
keeps
that's,
fucking going.
Kind of what
Holy
I wanted
shit.
to talk to you about. This was an interview by Ellie Yerman. Shouts out you.
Yeah.
So you're in Japan, right?
That's my goat.
Currently,
Oh
I'm
my
studying
god.
here, but I'll
Oh.
be back in like a month.
That's sick. Don't come back. I promise. It's not better. I was when
And
I
it's
was
still
there,
going. Holy fuck.
I fled to Japan during the.
I love that. I love that. That actually makes me feel pretty good. That feels pretty good. Salem Kunuich, I mean, your content is pretty dope. I found your stuff only a few months ago through the church videos, and I love the videos / in-depth analysis. Delarka, I wasn't kidding. I didn't fucking know that. I was the one who introduced you to Vivi. Oh, cool person. You were the friend that she told me about then. Because originally I asked if somebody knew Viv to have her reach out to me. Which because, excuse you, Ella Yerman, I'm fucking on to you. Before Teen Vogue did the piece, I originally, my kind of pitch to Viv last year was, when did I do a stream with her? It was months ago. It was the stream, it was one of the charity streams. She hopped in for like an hour or two, I think. Dad to me. Father of the year. Yeah, no, not me. But you know, if cool if you were the person who told Viv about me. Did I show the clip yet? Yeah, we just showed it. Oh, I saw that and was like, LMAO, you said you mentioned her and told her about you. I think she remembered seeing the CPAC video or something. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. Imagine Elon learns about you. Thinking of Elon Musk knowing who I am, like, it's already weird enough having like 1 degree of separation being Viv from Elon, but having Elon like know the name of my channel, or even the idea of the richest person on the planet hearing my name said on a live stream is fucking insane to me. I cannot, like, I kind of can't process it. He hate watched for sure. We'll see. We'll see. How to handle fame? Nah. If I interviewed Elon's trans, I mean, like I said, Johnny MP, I can. If that's something people would like to see, Well, I didn't really. Here's the thing. I didn't really interview her. We just played video games. I'm trying to remember who else was on the stream with us at that point. Let me. I might be able to go see. Actually. Durant is yummy. Thank you for following. Fighting Habit, thank you for 50 bits. Non-zero chance that the more Elon's daughter gets interviewed by lefty streamers, he does too much ketamine and solves all our problems for us. Who's to say? Who can know such things? Some of my looks, like when I go through my live stream, sometimes I'm like, man, I did not have that shit on. Like some of these times where I was like getting over being sick, I was like, I did not have that shit on. And then some of the other times I'm like, I had that shit on for real, for real. Look at like this one. I had that shit on for real. Yeah, god damn, it was a while ago. Because it would have been, I believe it was my last charity stream, and I don't remember. Chill and relax, 5 hours, 3 hours. I don't think, it wasn't the election stream. I believe it was this one. Yeah, I think it was the hurricane relief stream, but I think... Did something else happen to the other half of the stream?
Social medias, except Mastodon, because no.
The cool set, like, okay, I'm not gonna turn.
Okay, so this
Son
is
of
when
God,
Bugs
like,
and everybody
lightning
were
bolt
talking
and
about redemption for the first time on stream.
But,
God, we talked about redemption for a fucking long time.
There was more curiosity. It's again not the deepest movie, but I do think it has a fun and not a cruelty towards like making fun of that concept.
There's Jesse. Jesse was in there.
and that made me appreciate, like, I was sitting there and like,
Jesse,
oh,
Adequate,
like,
Emily.
so much of... Oh, yeah.
Player
Also,
Blahaj
T-Vendor
Enjoyer.
45, thank you.
It
Yeah, I think
cuts
this
off after 12 hours. It might not
walk
have.
out of the store.
Does
Yeah.
does oh god, I gotta start over. Does Twitch keep a copy of it? Aiden the Human Miller, very cool, just saw a video and did the DiCaprio pointing meme. Thank you. Lost Media. Oh, it might end up being Lost Media. If I don't remember. Hawk to a podcast. Oh, my bangs look so cute last summer. No, I think you're right. Oh, is it Lost Media? Fuck, chat. Oh, I'm gonna fucking crash out if I lost it. Not that I was doing anything with it. Bionicle, Donald Trump Bionicle. Yep. God, I fucking forgot that. God, my hair was so fucking long. I feel like my face has even changed in the last year. All right, let's go. Nope, I don't think anybody was screen recording. Oh. I don't need to, I just want to look at my channel, dog. I don't need to watch myself. I don't have, where the fuck do I go for? No, that is my chat. Hello, chat. Where the hell? I cannot call in to join my own stream. Damn. Damn, that sucks. Alright, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna delve into the archives real quick. Let's do creator dashboard. Yeah, I'm looking at the video producer section. If it's anywhere, it would probably be there, but nope. It starts at February 8th, 2025. Damn, chat. Shit, that sucks, bro. That's crazy. It is a Library of Alexandria situation. You still had that shit on, though. Thank you, Swamp Frog person. Yeah, so Elon did sell it to one of his companies, which is like, what the fuck are we doing? It's okay. I can just have Viv back on. Like, it's fine. I might ask her if she wants to sit down and do like a trans person interview, because I think there's a like, yeah, let's go look at that real quick. I think that is differently kind of weighted compared to Hassan. Let me go thank Viv real quick. Toofs, I found you from the Hassan interview. Love your vids. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, I will be right back, and then we can get into this Elon shit, because this is fucking, like, this shit is fucking wild. This play a flavor, pretty good. Not gonna lie, pretty good. Okie dokie. All right, divas. Ow! Dog? Rude as hell this animal is. I know, cool person. I've been trying to get Ella Yerman to notice me for the longest time because I'd like to have her come on the podcast Rosa and I have been working on. Kat Abagazala. I got in contact with Kat Abagazala. I think I sound so unsure because I am unsure of how her name is said. But yeah, no, I've been watching like clips of Ella's stuff for a long time, and I'd love to like talk to her and collaborate on something. I think Ella actually writes for Cody Shody. XAI means lamb in my language. That's funny. So, the internet collectively, for like a half second, breathed a sigh of relief today when they found out that Elon Musk apparently sold Twitter. And then everybody was like, wait, to who? And it turns out he kind of just sold it to a company that he already owns, which seems, I don't know. I would say maybe slightly, a little bit, like a fucking money laundering issue. Illegal. Yeah. Yeah. The mogul said Friday that XAI had acquired the platform in an all-stock transaction. So this is very confusing to somebody that, like myself, knows nothing about like both money laundering and buying massive companies. But walk with me here. XAI, his artificial intelligence company, has acquired X in an all-stock transaction that values XAI at $80 billion and X at $33 billion. $45 billion, his original take-private price, minus $12 billion in debt. So, that's $1 billion more than the take-private price of $44 billion in 2022. Except, it's not really. And that's basically all it is. I kind of want to see if somebody else has like written and, yeah, this is why he's basically trying to dismantle the Financial Consumer Protection Bureau. I'm willing to bet it's part of that. I'm willing to bet it also has to do with the massive loss of confidence that's come with, yeah, it is Arcade Prism saying this is all fake money. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like, when you have all this stuff that is valued at shit. Jackie Sins, holy shit, thank you so much for $50. Oh my god, Jackie, thank you. Hammock, hello. Let me go look at hi. Twitter. Axios. There we go. Crash. Here we go. So that is kind of what people were saying in the chat already. This is Musk trying to prevent his Twitter investors from losing money and highlights his eagerness to meld different parts of his corporate empire. Musk said that the all-stock merger valued XAI at $80 billion and X at $45 billion, including $12 billion of debt. That's fucking nuts. Source familiar with the situation says the combined company would be valued at XAI plus X absent some small adjustments. Fucking whatever, dude. Like no, seriously. So what he's, if I'm reading this correctly, he is putting a hat on a hat. He is taking his AI company that, by the way, everything in AI is completely overvalued right now, because AI is kind of like in this weird bubble / arms race. So he's taking Twitter and shoving it into the AI company so that he can go, well, now technically, actually, it's worth over $100 billion, and I've actually made it more valuable by merging these two things together. Incredible. By which I mean incredibly stupid, but also incredible. Yeah, no shit. Mutual fund manager Fidelity. Great. Kinda. But if I'm understanding it correctly, which I'm completely fine being told I'm not, but it seems like, yes, Davuzel, what he did is now the XAI investors have taken on the liability of the debt owned by Twitter. Yeah. But also, that it now makes it look like Twitter does not have as much debt. No, disabled caps lock, paid $44 billion, sold for $45 billion with debt to himself, to a different company he owns. Art of the deal. Just fucking a master, just brainchild at work, everybody. This is, oh, he's so... I can't. No, I did want to, so I am going to watch the kind of Brett Baer interview, if people want to watch that with me. Well, it's my channel, so you don't really have a point. I think actually, Johnny MP, I'm pretty sure we watched that last stream. We watched the Ammon Animations, because we got on an Asmongold tangent last stream. And that let us down because a bunch of people hadn't seen the Ammon Animation video. Yeah. It is just like the real life Tony Stark. Fucking. Yeah, so here's the thing. When I originally reached out to Viv, and I know I don't want to like go back to that too much, but when I originally reached out to Vivian, it was because I thought it would be a really interesting idea to basically make a kind of documentary about her life. Like kind of a day in the life type deal. And I was, at the time, I was going to pitch it to Nebula. Which, and this never, like, I can talk about this because I never put the pitch together because Viv never agreed to it. Because at the time, Viv was very kind of like, I kind of just want to live my life. I don't really know if I'm ready for this kind of spotlight. I don't really know if I'm ready for this or anything. And that was kind of how we got talking. And yeah, and I haven't brought it up again, because I've been fucking busy with 10 bajillion other things, but I would still love to do that because I think there's a very interesting story. I mean, like, it's Viv is a naturally very compelling person because she lives so freely of the influence of the, like, of Elon. Like, very obviously, she's like very much nothing like him. But like, I think again, a part of that is interesting is kind of reckoning her place in the world with his place in the world. Yeah, so it is a, but here's the thing, and I'm again, I have too many projects I'm working on currently. I want to get, Chad, I'm so done with Brianna Woo. I'm so done talking about her. I'm so done thinking about her. I probably have a month left before that fucking video is out. I'm so done. I want to be done with some of these videos. Yeah. Like, I would still like to do that video at some point. Or that, like, a proper documentary at some point, but that would be a lot of work. A lot of work. Yeah, she's charismatic while Elon is a charisma black hole. Yeah, I think she just gets it all from her mom, honestly. Like, I don't know her mom, but from everything I've heard, she's told me and stuff, her mom seems really cool. Play Revolution 60 on stream. I would rather repaint my ceiling, if I'm being honest. Laura Hobbs. Brianna Woo doesn't deserve the attention she humiliates herself trying to get. No. Here's the thing. Brianna Woo does deserve attention. It's the opposite of the attention that she's got. Brianna Woo deserves to be called out, spotlighted, and ostracized from every political conversation. And that is my goal with this video moving forward. And by the way, I've given her literally every chance to get in contact with me for an interview, and I'm done now. She pissed me off. Multiple times. One too many, let's say. Oh, Dave L. Brianna was one of those names I've studiously ignored. Blessings upon you. Blessings upon you. God, I wish I could be that way. Heavy is the hand that writes the call out video. Oh, I'm hitting with a heavy hand, all right. You better believe that. Yeah, Brianna is, yeah, expose is a better way to put it. Because it's not a drama video. Like, it's not one of these, like, oh, content nuke fucking, like the weak-ass shit Ethan Klein was doing for Hassan. It's not like that. It is a meticulous, in-depth. If you've seen my videos on Matt Walsh, okay. Here's my pitch for the Brianna piece to everybody waiting for it. If you've seen my videos on Matt Walsh and Synthetic Man, but then I got inside accounts and interviewed at least 1, 2, 3, hopefully 4 people who actually knew her. The amount of shit that I don't think people have ever heard in here. I don't know how much of it's gonna like blow people away, but I think it will be enough to hopefully make her go away. Which, like, here's the thing. It's not like she needs it as a job. Brianna is basically just like ruining people's lives for love of the game at this point. Like, she's married to a fucking millionaire. She is a millionaire. She has shit tons of money. She doesn't need to keep doing money laundering schemes through fucking political action committees and congressional campaigns that don't make it past the primaries. Anyway. Was Riverboat Jack one of them? Did Jack know Brianna? Does Jack know Brianna? That shouldn't surprise me if she does. I might have to reach out to Jack. Huh. Just joined from watching comment etiquette. I am unfamiliar with comment etiquette. You do not get... What is with my animals wanting my Pocky today? The fuck? No. She's just staring at my little biscuit stick. Jack worked with her on Progressive Victory? Alright. Okay. I did not realize that. That's fucking crazy. Alright. Noted. Yeah. All right, chat. Wisconsin Attorney General. For those who don't know, no, Progressive Victory was like last year, Valerie. Last year, year before. Last year. Year before? Last year. It was relatively recently. I'm not gonna tell you, Monty. I'm not gonna talk about guns on stream. You crazy? Apache. Okay. Hey. Apache 2895. I'm not exactly sure if they were close, but they were in contact with each other. Jack does explicitly and openly hate her, though. Let me tell you, every single person, every single activist, every single person I've talked to about Brianna, people I asked about Brianna, I reached out to her former employees, which by all accounts, the people who worked on the game did most of the work, but her former employees at the game studio she ran, I got no responses except for one, and the response was, sorry, I don't talk about Brianna publicly anymore. Which is the most telling non-response I've ever gotten for something. Yeah. It is... People fucking hate Brianna. Is that the one the horse guy was promoting? I think they worked together on something. They were... I think it was Brianna... Clara... Was Brianna with Vosh, Destiny, and Clara? Is that one picture? I think. Shooting a gun on stream but accident has always resulted in a ban. I also just don't want to, like, show guns on stream. People get weird about gun stuff. Is Vosh evil? Ontologically? That was Cuffles with them? Okay. That was Clara. Eating the dog food? Not Lauren Southern. The other insane locale. What the fuck's her name? God, what is dog food lady's name? What is her name? Loomer, thank you. Oh, you got it. John Church, Laura Loomer, thank you. Star Junes, I wish we had other leftist streamers that are bigger than Vosh and not Hassan. I'm not bigger than Vosh, but Help me get there, y'all. If that's what you want, let's do it. So I do want to talk about this because Elon just kind of came out the other day and brazenly said, yeah, I'm just going to give millions of dollars to people who show up and vote the way I want. Attorney General Josh Call filed the lawsuit in County Circuit Court to stop Musk from making the payments, which he said he would make Sunday in Wisconsin. Musk initially said in a post on his social media platform that he planned to personally hand over $2 million to a pair of voters who had already cast their ballots in the race. Goddamn, whatever. Musk later posted a clarification saying the money will go to people who will be spokesmen for an online petition against activist judges. That is not fucking at all. Let me see if I can find the, no. Musk's Political Action Committee identified the recipient of its first $1 million giveaway, a Green Bay man who had donated to the Wisconsin GOP and the conservative candidate in the court race, who had a history of posting support for Trump and his agenda. He posted he planned to give $1 million each to 2 voters just 2 days before the election that will determine ideological control of the court in the battleground state. Call asked the court to order that Musk stop promoting the Sunday giveaway and not make any future payments. Call referenced the changing plans for the Sunday event in arguing that any payment to voters was a violation of state law. Even though the original post was deleted, there had been no announcement that the payments will not be made. After a campaign stop in Beaver Dam, Shamel declined to say whether or not he thought Musk's proposal was illegal or whether Call's move was appropriate. The Supreme Court race was spending above $81 million, has shattered previous records for U.S. judicial election, has become a referendum on Musk in the first months of Trump's administration. Fucking crazy. Yeah, I don't, like, the idea of Elon, somebody with over 200 million followers, the idea of him posting something and then being like, actually, JK, just kidding, is like, what the fuck are you doing? Excuse you? What? No, they delete. Well, okay, no, you're right. You're probably right. The lawyers are like, no, you can't leave this up. Like, you have to take it down. Okay, yeah, you're probably right. Let's go. A fight in a Hobbit. If the left did this kind of brazen grift, Republicans would not shut up about it. I mean, it's literally what we're seeing with the fucking Hegseth crash out over, which, by the way, I was totally right. They are just going to, like, try and sweep it under the rug and act like nothing happened. Like, it's been good political theater for the Democrats to be like, this is unacceptable and the service members could have been killed and all of that. Left lower corner piece of Pocky on my lip. You're right, you're right. But the Republicans don't actually give a shit about being held accountable for anything. I hope Pete had sex redacted. You and me both, buddy. Oh yeah, like, imagine if for a moment, oh shit. Imagine if for a moment, fucking George Soros offered, hey, I'm gonna give $1 million to people who vote and probably vote along the lines of my ideological agenda. Republicans would be rioting in the fucking streets. Elon doesn't. Nobody bats an eye. It doesn't seem very fair. Am I right, though? Give me 1 second, chat. We are gonna. Oh. Okay, well, you've been busy. It's not much of a ball anymore. She kind of chewed it apart. They said Soros did that in red states back during Obama. Yeah, they also said Soros fucking paid to have protesters shipped out from Antifa battalions in Portland, but he didn't, so Alex Jones would be ripping off his shirt off in the middle of Capitol Hill. Oh, God. Alex Jones would be having a fucking field day. He'd be having a great time. Honestly, I think he's fucking bored. I think a lot of the conservative media sphere are either bored or frustrated by Trump and the current, like, crony lineup because it leaves them with just nothing to fucking do. Just nothing to do. Like, they either run interference for Trump's bullshit or, like, Alex Jones has been in this fucking cycle of just every fucking day it's just like, we are winning the war against the evil globalists and they're on the run now and Trump's got them. It's like, it's the same fucking shit every day. But that can't be as good for business, especially since we know from the Sandy Hook lawsuit that Jones makes money and sees upticks when he's fear-mongering about the globalists and people taking their fucking guns. Like, that cannot be as good for business as, we need your support right now to keep InfoWars on the air. Buy our supplements. They're amazing supplements. NutriPrime Plus, Alpha, colloidal silver, and everything you need to keep COVID away. And hydroxychloroquine. We get the good stuff drop shipped to us directly from China. Yeah, we're winning the war and everything's still terrible. Interesting. Yeah, remember Alex Jones saying, I wish I never met Trump? I remember. Wait, you mean the Holocaust survivors financially and ontologically opposed to fascism? Big if true. Yeah. My favorite dog shit conspiracy is Alex Jones, which Alex Jones still fucking pushes it about Soros. That George Soros was, like, aiding and abetting Nazis when he was, what, fucking 12 or some shit at that point? All right, I'll be right back, chat. All right. Dog, pupper. What do you want? What do you want, huh? What do you want, little dog? Against anti-Semitism when someone does it to George Soros? What do you mean? Jones is another Israeli lover who hates Jews. Many such cases. Many such cases. So we are Shigami, but I digress. Yeah, but that's Alex Jones's fucking thing, is that I honestly don't think he knows the right stories to tell anymore. Just the ones that the way he remembers them. No, stream's not frozen. We are just gonna go into I guess I could play some Metal Gear Rising. We'll probably finish the game tomorrow. No, people want to watch the cutscenes, right? Like, that's a big thing. But I'm going to watch this dumbass Brett Baer puff piece that I believe this is where we see Elon crashing out from walls. Coming on stage with, I guess, at some point. This is maybe one of the most insecure appearances I've ever seen Elon have, which is fucking saying something when you are the richest man in the world and you are basically getting a free platform from Fox News, which is functioning nowadays as essentially state-run media. Like, him being so insecure on this is wild to me. I'm a couple of us in. Oh, you've been playing Metal Gear Rising. Oh, I forget. You don't play like action games and stuff usually, or like you don't play like hack and slash games. Life Damage. I never really play with the optional weapons, if I'm being honest. Like, they feel like they were not optimized at all. I just stick with, like, upgrade that main vibration blade, or whatever the fuck it's called. I tell you what, Chad, I'll show you a vibration blade, am I right? Come on. Ayo. Bum. Come on, nothing for that? I gotta save my good material for the trans girls I'm in DMs with. That would have rizzed them up, chat. I tell you what. No cap. Ayo? Ayo? Should I save up for better weapons? No, just stick with the vibration blade. I was just sent a Twitter thing, and there's just so much going on here that apparently, George Santos has a podcast called Pants on Fire with George Santos, which is fucking insane. I guess good on What do you want? I've already fed you. I gave you hard and wet food. You're fine. Man. See, now I'm out of Pocky. Yeah, I know. That's a fucking wild title for a chronic liar. That's nuts. That's bonkers bananas. I think, but then also the USAID office in DC, I guess, is closed, and the door looks like a penis. So it's just I'm taking in a lot at the moment. Are the views that bad? No, really. We already talked about the Elon thing. He's selling Twitter. It already happened. It already went through, but he sold it to himself. Basically, he sold it to tuck it into another company to basically help with the evaluation of Twitter, which is dog shit right now. Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough business out there. April Fools. All right, chat. Let's get in here. Let's get up in this. Let's just get all up in Elon right now. Let's just really feel it. I'm feeling it. Do you feel it? You can feel it.
Thanks for having us and doing this. I know there's a lot of interest in this. You know, first let me start with you, Elon. What are the budgetary savings goals, and
God damn, Brett Baer
how
looks
much do you
rough.
think you've achieved so far?
Woo!
Our goal is to reduce the deficit by $1 trillion. So from a nominal deficit of $2 trillion to try to cut the deficit in half to $1 trillion, or looked at it in total federal spending.
He
to drop,
looks like
the federal
shit
spending
these
from $7
days.
trillion to $6 trillion. We want to reduce the spending by eliminating waste and fraud, reduce the spending by 15%, which seems really quite achievable. The government is not efficient, and there's a lot of waste and
the
fraud,
government
so
is
we feel confident
not
that
efficient.
a 15% reduction can
Now,
be done without
stop it.
affecting
I
any...
paused you. Do not keep speaking when I pause you. It goes without saying that his definition of not being efficient. Somebody put it very succinctly today on Twitter, where they were like, "It's so fucking stupid." And again, far be it from me or this person for this to be like a original observation, but it is so fucking stupid that so many people think it's a objectively good thing to sit down and say, like, yes, we want the government to run like a business. These people are good at running businesses, and which, by the way, if you're going to say these people are good at running businesses and the people exhibit A and B are Trump and Elon, you're like, yeah, they'll run it like one of their businesses. Fucking run. What? Nar, baby girl. Nar? Nar. No, don't do that. But it's also because they see this thing, leveling the budget, all this bullshit, as a zero-sum equation where you just have to make sure that, oh, the government, for some goddamn reason, is turning a profit. Like, that seems to be their end goal. When the reality is that shouldn't matter if the government is turning a fucking profit. Like, and then, oh, because then you can give back to people. It's like, no, the government's job is already to give back to people. And not only are they slashing any kind of regulation on like the top 1% and slashing any kind of regulations on how much they can exploit the working class, they are also taking away the scant, slight, tiny, faint benefits you get for partaking in things like Social Security. Because it's not profitable for the fucking government. Yeah, there is no commodity. Like you are talking about, like, the government is not a business. The government does not sell you anything. The government is a maintained series of functions. The government is supposed to help things run. It is supposed to finance roads and schools and education, disability payments, medical benefits, veteran care, all of these things that the government, by the way, already fucking sucks at. Mostly because of people already like this. And now they want to rip all of that away. Fighting the Hobbit, thank you for 50 biddies. World's richest man and local Slenderman proxy, Elon Musk. Let me try and do a new news. What is that in background? It's Darkstalkers. That's Felicia and Morrigan. I'm actually wearing my Morrigan crop top right now. Chat, if y'all can see, I have my Morrigan crop top on. What? Why are you meowing at me? misses right here on my lap again. World's richest man and local Slenderman proxy Elon Musk has opinions on money for the poor after he loses $138 billion. More at 11. Do you want to meow into the mic? Do you have something to say to the people, cat? I don't know if you can hear cat. I don't know if you can hear cat. Biceps alert. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I have no idea what y'all are. Actually, my back muscles are probably the more. Let's see if I can get. Yeah, get some better definition there in the light. What's up, chat? How you doing? I haven't my shoulders and back muscles since I've been I'm really trying to slim down and cut weight for the cosplays that I'm working on. Hello, baby. And that means that I am not, like, if you go back and look at my you can go on like Twitter or Instagram. If you go back and look at my Instagram pictures from when I did my Cloud cosplay last year, I was fucking way more jacked in my arms around a little bit later than this, but roughly. But yeah. So yeah, let's hear about how the government is not doing the way it needs to be done. Hello, kitten. I just press her nose like a button, by the way.
Of the critical government services.
I'm going to talk to all the guys.
If not making it better.
I'm going to talk to all the guys here about the specifics, but for you, what's the most astonishing thing you've found out in this process?
The sheer amount of waste and fraud in the government. It is astonishing. It's mind-blowing. We routinely encounter wastes of $1 billion or more, casually. For example, like the simple survey that was literally 10-question survey that you could do with SurveyMonkey, cost you about $10,000. The government was being charged almost $1 billion for that.
For just the survey?
$1 billion for a simple online survey. Do you like the national park? And then there appeared to be no feedback loop for what would be done with that survey. So the survey would just go into nothing. It was like insane. You technically are a special government employee, and you're supposed to be 130 days. Are you going to continue past that, or do you think that's what you're going to do? Or
Whale.
Most of the work.
Would you look at that?
By $1 trillion within that time frame.
So in that time frame, 130
yes.
days, and the process is a report at some point at 100 days, or
not really a report. We are cutting the waste and fraud in real.
What's your source? My source is that I made it the fuck up. Straight up. Do y'all see what this cat's doing right now? Do y'all see this animal? Do you see what's happening here? Just getting all up in my space. Fucking bonking her head on me. Excuse you? You think you own the place? God. I can't with this diva. I can't work with these conditions, really. Oh, look at that baby. Look at that baby. Oh, she's so purry. Let me see. Purr into the mic. Purr into the mic. You won't be able to hear it over lady. Oh. I'm being attacked by dog now. Being attacked by dog. What? Where's your ball? Ball. Oh, your ball's dead. You killed it. You killed it. Jealousy rears its head into the corner. Yeah, she does that sometimes. No, that's not for you. That's not for you. My cat, I woke up. So people in the Discord, if you want a reason to sign up for my Patreon and get in the Dead Domain Discord, this morning I woke up. I had Lady on my bed with her arm like around my chest. Her like front paw was like wrapped around my chest, like she'd been snuggling me all night. And Cat I had my arm out like this, and Cat was like laying right here in like the nook. So I was just covered in animals when I woke up. Where are you going? Where do you think you're going, huh? There you go. Now she's just bonking the microphone. Yeah, that's a microphone. Are you gonna say something into it? Talk to your fan base. You have an adoring populace waiting to hear from you. Bonk. She just says bonk. What happens when I bonk you, huh? If I go like that, what the fuck are you gonna do? Ain't gonna do shit, little cat. Fucking think you tough, thinking you fucking Hollywood up in here. Oh, what? You got a couple of fans now? You're big business? I don't fucking think so. Spirit to Corpse, thank you for giving a tier 1 sub to Valis Nova. Cat. Look at her. Look at that face. Look at that baby. Cat, do you have any opinions on the North Atlantic something trade agreement? Did y'all see that? That she just gave me like a little smooch on the nose? What? What do you want? Takes a pit like no problem. No problem. Alrighty. We're gonna keep on with this, otherwise we're gonna be here all night if we just listen to the cat. I love you.
Time. So every day that passes,
I love you so much.
Our goal is to reduce the waste and fraud by $4 billion a day, every day, 7 days a week. And so far, we are succeeding.
And I'm going to talk about the specifics, but there obviously are DOGE critics who are reading all kinds of stuff. Obviously, lawmakers on the other side of the aisle are attacking you, and they characterize the approach as this: fire, ready, and then aim. And how do you approach that? How do you respond to that?
Well, I do agree that we actually want to be careful in the cuts, so we want to measure twice, if not thrice, and cut once. Actually, that is our approach. They may characterize it as shooting from the hip, but it is anything but that. Which is not to say that we don't make mistakes. If we were to approach this with the standard of making no mistakes at all, that would be like saying someone in baseball's got to bat 1,000. That's impossible. So when we do make mistakes, we correct them quickly.
No, that's Brett Baer, not Hegseth. But I understand they both look like the same kind of.
Shouldn't take a rocket
they're
scientist,
cut from the same bloated white man cloth, to be sure.
A rocket scientist.
Used to be.
Yeah,
no, you're not.
You're the chief operating officer of DOGE. Day-to-day operations. Fair to say?
Yeah, part of the DOGE team.
So how did you end up here? What's the biggest challenge you see?
God damn.
The reason I'm here.
I would say get that motherfucker some sunlight, but he'd burst into flames. Look at that Nosferatu ass. Sorry, I generally chat. You know, I try not to be too mean and rude and personal appearances and all that. I reserve my right to do that. However, when these people are strip mining the United States government right now. So
which is probably for many, is that I think the goal is incredibly inspiring. I think most of the taxpayers in the country would agree that in order to have the country going bankrupt would be a very bad thing, and therefore the country going not bankrupt is a good thing. That all of us are willing to kind of put our lives on hold in order to do. I think the thing that's special right now is we actually believe there's a chance to succeed. That there's an administration that's supportive and a great cabinet and just a great group that will actually make success a possible outcome. And I think that's, given the inspiring mission and given the non-zero chance of success, it was worth doing.
I'd just like to sort of re-emphasize that point. The success of DOGE is only possible with President Trump and with the outstanding cabinet that he selected. It would be impossible without the support of the president and the cabinet.
But you're finding the money. I mean, it's big numbers, right?
Yeah, like Elon said, the minimum impulse bid is often $1 billion. So, for example, the $830 million, which was the online survey, that's an enormous amount of money. That wouldn't have been found if the DOGE team wasn't working with it, in that case, the Department of Interior. But then taking it one step further, DOGE then publishes these things on our website for maximum transparency. So now the general public, it would have been impossible for the general public to have seen that. Now anyone can just log into doge.gov anytime and see these payments. As they're not yet in real time, they're close, but they'll probably be in real time within the next few weeks.
But the process, it still involves Congress, right? At some level?
We try to keep Congress as informed as possible, but
what the fuck does that even mean? We try to keep
spent, correctly. It should not be spent fraudulently or wastefully. It's not contrary to.
We try to keep, first off, we have no oversight, but we try to keep Congress as informed as possible. What the fuck do you mean? Like, you have no oversight. You've been doing all this shit, and nobody is overseeing it. That's fucking crazy. Do you believe this, Kat? She can't believe it either. She can't believe it.
Congress to avoid waste and fraud. It is consistent with the law and consistent with Congress, and we've seen actually great support, at least from the Republican side of the House, and occasionally some Democrats too. You know, it's nice to see people cross the aisle once in a while, but usually when they attack DOGE, they never attack any of the specifics. So they'll say what we're doing is somehow.
They very much do. This has been a big point of contention for a lot of people online who have been looking at this. They very specifically attack Elon, the practices of DOGE, the things DOGE is cutting, how they're going about cutting it, how it's going to affect people. We saw it with USAID. We're seeing it with Social Security. We saw it with all the other programs that they've attacked. Like the Democrats, as much as he wants to make it look like, oh, the Democrats are not, they don't actually have any specifics about what they're talking about, and the mainstream media are just the Democrat Party mouthpieces, and they're just like, it's just fucking unbelievable. Like, and of course Brett Baer isn't gonna push back at all. We'd love to see it. We'd love to see it, chat. Oh, you'll love to.
Unconstitutional or illegal or whatever. We're like, well, which line of the cost savings do you disagree with? And they can't point to any.
No, they do.
And we list them all on doge.gov and the Doge handle on X. And you'll see just outrageous things, one outrageous thing after another.
.gov. So they're just, we talked about this months ago when they first released it, or when they first started doing this. This, again, has no oversight. You are relying on them and what they're telling you. This is basically, trust me, bro. saying that we're saving you $156 million, including a $1.6 million DEI contract for strategies for implementing social emotional learning, and $143 $1,000 Department of Transportation contract for whatever. So we eliminated $10 million for gender equity in the Mexican workplace, worker empowerment in South America. Yeah, I know Elon fucking blew a blood vessel. He said, workers are trying to be empowered? Better shut that shit down. Improving respect for workers, I'm assuming rights. Yeah, we can't fucking have that. Major cleanup of their records. Approximately 7 million number holders, all listed age 120 plus, have now been marked as deceased. Which, by the way, people, as soon as they were talking about, like, well, obviously, this is all Social Security fraud. It's not. It's just an old-ass fucking system. Yeah, no, like, he's been talking about fraud and all this shit. None of that shit is fraud. This is all stuff that was voted on, vetted, paid for. Like, all of these spending packages, they get earmarks for shit like this. Like, this is all stuff, by the way, that elected officials have been elected to vote for. This is all stuff that they did for their constituents that is now being fucking wiped away and canceled at no additional value. Like, okay, here's the other thing to think about. Okay, say we are nebulously, which we aren't, but say we're nebulously, we're saving $138 billion. We canceled contracts for every DEI thing out there, and we're saving $10 trillion. How's that coming back to you? What is Elon doing? What are Trump and Elon doing to put that cash back in your pocket? Like they're acting like they're pulling a fucking J.G. Wentworth 877 cash now. But grocery prices keep going up, bitch. I had a small grocery trip where I had to get paper towels. I had to get some, not even amenities, like necessities. It still cost me like $60 fucking dollars. And I'm not talking like nice stuff. I'm not talking like one of those Costco trips where people complain about it. It's like, well, you don't need a bunch of Hot Pockets and like this, that, and the other. It's like I had to put shit back. Because I'm like, fuck, this shit is getting expensive. Like, in what world is the stuff they're doing actually saving stuff? As opposed to what is actually tangibly, evidently happening, where they are just taking shit away that people have voted for and that their representatives have voted for the civilians in America. Anyway, let's listen to more state-run media, shall we? Yeehaw! Live in America, land of the free. We'd love to see it.
Elon, you're one of several billionaires here, co-founder of Airbnb, and you wanted to help out.
I bumped into.
No, it's not Elon he was talking to. It's the other fucking dude. But the phrase, "You're one of several billionaires here," is like, I realized I just got done getting pissed about one thing. You are one of several billionaires here. It's one of It's one of those things where it is so just plainly, transparently obvious the goals of an organization like this, or not even a movement, but a concentrated effort like this, like DOGE. It's like, it is, like I was just saying, it's not to help you. Like, that's what they're saying. They're not doing that. It is to take from you. But you know who's getting more government contracts? People like Elon. People like this motherfucker. As they continue to deregulate. As they continue to strip away workers' rights and ability to organize. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. One of several billionaires. Unbelievable. Okay, this is no longer yours, dog. You can't have that.
To Anthony and Elon probably back in February, and they told me something about a mine that was dealt with retirement, and they said they needed somebody to help out to fix retirement in the government. I loved the challenge, so I jumped on board, and it turns out there is actually a mine in Pennsylvania.
With this shit
that
again?
houses
Oh my
every
God.
paper document for the retirement process in the government. Now picture this. This giant cave has 22,000 filing cabinets, stacked 10 high to house 400 million pieces of paper. It's a process that started in the 1950s and largely hasn't changed in the last 70 years. And so as he dug into it, we found retirement cases that had so much paper, they had to fit it on a shipping pallet. So the process takes many months, and we're going to make it just many days.
Will it be digitized, or how?
Absolutely. So this will be an online digital process that will take just a few days at most. And I really think, you know, it's an injustice to civil servants who are subjected to these processes that are older than the age of half the people watching your show tonight. So we really believe that the government can have an Apple Store-like experience. Beautifully designed,
what?
Great user experience, modern systems.
Because right now, it's by hand.
Again, this idea that the government needs to run like an Apple Store, I feel like I'm going fucking insane. The government does not need to run like a fucking store, like a business. It does not need to run like the Apple Store. I'm not going in to grab some fucking AirPods and charging cables that change every fucking 8 months. I expect my tax dollars to go towards supporting my community, to go towards supporting people who need it. People who have aged out of the workforce, people who cannot work. The most vulnerable people among us who are already not getting the help they need. People in education, where all the education scores all across America are in the shitter right now. But no, they want to talk about, well, yeah, we need to actually make it more like the Apple Store, where it's, oh my God, I'm just...
Yes, the retirement process is all by paper, literally with people carrying paper in manila envelopes into this gigantic mine.
So they can't retire more than a certain number every month?
Yes.
About 8,000 a month.
That's how we, the reason we discovered it was we were saying like, well, let's encourage voluntary retirement. They said, well, the most you could be, they could do is 8,000 a month. And even under normal circumstances, it can take 6 to 9 months just to have your retirement paperwork processed, and they often get the calculations wrong. So we're like, well, why would it take so long to retire? And they're like, well, because of the mine. And we're like, what do you mean a mine? What's a mine got to do with retiring?
Nobody said
and
that.
That's where we discovered that all the retirement stuff is still done by paper in a process that looks identical to what occurred in the 1950s. Like if we took a snapshot of the mine when it first started in the 50s to today, it looks the same.
It's amazing. So how long do you think it'll take to turn over?
We're working as fast as we can. Probably next couple of months we'll have this overhauled. And, you know, I really think, again, like, why are we subjecting our federal workers to processes that they actually have to go through a training just to retire from the government. There's a whole training program that people have to go through in order to retire. I think we can do better for them.
Aram Moganasi, DOGE engineer. You go into these places, one of the more than a dozen engineers, first people to go into the agencies and view the computer data sets. Tell me what you're finding, and for people who don't understand how that process works, explain it for them.
Yeah, I'll say the first thing that got me really excited about DOGE was learning basically the state of government computers. By some estimates, government IT costs about $100 billion, and it's funding systems that are over 50 years old, in the case of something like Social Security or the IRS. So really critical systems are old, they cost a lot of money to maintain, and they can be, the efforts to improve them are often very delayed. So I thought I'm a software engineer that maybe can make a difference here, and that's really what inspired me at a high level.
There's a lot of mystery about Social Security and a lot of words about it from, here's what Democrats have been saying about it.
Just a wordsmith.
That Elon Musk is trying to eliminate billions of dollars from Social Security.
Elon Musk and President Trump have set their sights on cutting Social Security.
Their goal is clear. Destroy Social Security from within.
You're in the building. I mean, you're in the computers. What's happening there? What are you doing?
Yeah, it doesn't line up with my experience on the ground. And I'll say the two improvements that we're trying to make to Social Security are helping people that legitimately get benefits, protecting them from fraud that they experience every day on a routine basis, and also make the experience better. And I'll give you one example is at Social Security, one of the first things we learned is that they get phone calls every day of people trying to change direct deposit information. So when you want to change your bank account, you can call Social Security. We learned 40% of the phone calls that they get are from fraudsters.
40%?
That's right. Almost half.
Yes, and they steal people's Social Security is what happens. Is they call in, they say, they claim to be a retiree, then they convince the Social Security person on the phone to change where the money's flowing. It actually goes to some fraudster. This is happening all day, every day. And then somebody doesn't receive their Social Security. It's because of all the fraud loopholes in the Social Security system.
How do you reassure people that what you all are doing is not going to affect their benefits?
No, in fact, what we're doing will help their
How?
benefits.
How?
Legitimate people, as a result of the work of DOGE, will receive more Social Security, not less. I want to emphasize that. As a result of the work of DOGE, legitimate recipients of Social Security will receive more money, not less money.
All right.
I want to emphasize that point and let the record show that I said this, and it will be proven out to be true. Let's check back on this in the future.
So, Washington Post, the Social Security Administration website crashed 4 times in 10 days this month.
So I would like to bring attention to on that, like, trust me, just check back later. When did Elon originally say that we'd be going to Mars, that we'd be on Mars? When was it? It was 2020, wasn't it? Land humans on Mars by 2026. Oh, here we go. In 2017, Musk plans to test such a landing on Mars in 2020. So in 2020, it became 2026. or 2025, 2026. So, who's to say? But I'm going to say, don't really trust him just continually kicking the can down the road. That's kind of his beat.
Because the servers were overloaded, blocking millions of retirees and disabled veterans from logging into their online accounts. Freaked people out.
Yeah, no shit.
Is that going to change?
Yes, we're going to make sure that the website stays online.
Yeah. I mean, but is it a result of going in there or something you're doing?
Oh, so it's not them.
The amount of issues that were the Social Security system are enormous. As an example, there are over 15 million people that are over the age of 120 that are marked as alive in the Social Security system.
And that's an accurate figure.
Yes. Correct.
15
Correct. This has been something that's been identified as a problem. Again, pre-existing problems since 2008 at least from an IG report. So there were some great people working at the Social Security Administration that found this 2008 and nothing was done. And so 15 to 20 million Social Security numbers that were clearly fraudulent were floating around that can be used only for bad intentions. There'd be no way to use those for good intentions. And so one of the things the DOGE team is doing is carefully and very methodically looking at those and making sure that any fraudulent ones are eliminated.
Brad Smith, working at HHS, and obviously another element is Medicare and Medicaid, NIH.
Yeah, somebody's saying, I'm so tired of hearing about this prick.
Well, I'd say there's a couple things we're really committed to in our work at HHS.
You ain't the only one.
Number one, making sure we continue to have the best biomedical research in the world. And number two,
you
making
ain't
sure,
the only fucking one.
over and over again, that we 100% protect Medicare and Medicaid. But there's a lot of opportunity. So if I take NIH as an example, today, if you're an NIH researcher and you get a $100 grant at your university, today
Gortash is just fantasy Elon Musk. Gortash is pretty shitty, especially when you've got who's the dime piece? God, what was her name?
So that's more money going directly to the scientists who are discovering new
cures.
Another example at NIH is today they have 27 different centers. They got created
the
over
ball
time by Congress,
lady.
and typically
What was
by
her name?
disease state or body system. There's 700 different IT systems today at NIH.
700
Oren,
different
yeah.
IT
software systems. They can't speak to each other.
So they don't talk to one
It's
another.
fucked up. You
different
can't romance
CIOs.
Oren.
And so when you think
Like
about
I got to
making great
romance the
medical
Squid Man
discoveries,
and the
you have to
lady
connect
that
the data.
the dead.
You said 27 different chief
Sorry, I just read
information
my own
officers?
name.
Correct.
The lady that cursed Will, but I couldn't romance Oren. What are you talking about?
Yes. And when I say that our job is tech support, I really mean it.
Yeah.
We have to fix the computers. If the computers can't talk to each other, you can't get research done. If the computers can't
What
go
research
stay
does
online,
Social
people
Security
won't
need to
receive
do?
their Social Security. So what we have here are a bunch of failing computer systems that are preventing people from receiving their benefits, that are preventing people from preventing research from happening, that are extremely vulnerable to fraud.
Missouri, yeah.
And we're fixing it.
Yeah, no, I knocked boots with
AI?
Missouri.
Does that include kind of
Stuff
changing
the
system
box, knock the
overall?
bottom
That's what I
out,
guess
did the
what people
whole-
are afraid
oh,
of,
shit.
is they don't know
Yeah.
what this is all looking like, and is it going to affect me in the long term?
It's going to affect them. It's going to affect people very positively. So the changes that we're doing here.
I only have
will
eyes for
ensure the
Karlak.
solvency
Karlak's not
of the
easy to
American
romance, though.
government, of the
Karlak and
American-
Asterion, you have to take like very
of the United
specific
States of America.
steps.
This is what we're trying to do: is ensure that people do receive their benefits in the future. And you can only
In
receive
the
your
future?
benefits
What
if
about
the
right now,
country-
bitch?
The country is operating in a healthy and competent way.
Up next, how the DOGE team plans to streamline some federal jobs and agencies. And later, Elon Musk answers some of your questions that you asked
your
via
questions.
X. Anthony Armstrong, DOGE, Office of Personnel Management, you're Morgan Stanley banker, M&A guy.
Yeah.
You know money, and this is a lot of money sloshing around.
Morgan Stanley banker. It's like, well, you know money, so like you're obviously the guy to take care of America's money.
The workforce works. It's really a one-way ratchet over decades.
It's only going up.
It's only going up. You never take it away. So that leaves you with duplicative functions. It leaves you with overstaffing, and it leaves you with functions in the wrong places. So a couple of examples. duplicative functions. Brad mentioned 27 CIOs. If you kept going with Brad, he would talk about the communications office. I think you've got 40 distinct communications offices in HHS, right? Yeah. 40? Yeah, and that's not unusual, by the way. Multiple offices like that.
It's not making anyone healthy.
This is not about the employees there. There's many hardworking, well-meaning people who took these jobs. These jobs were out there. They applied for them. They took them. They're doing what's there. It's just that they're duplicating the effort of 40 offices. So you've got that. You've got overstaffing. A good example of overstaffing would be the IRS has got 1,400 people who are dedicated to provisioning laptops and cell phones. So if you join the IRS, you get a laptop and a cell phone, you're provisioned. So if each of those IRS officers or employees provisioned 2 employees per day, you could provision the...
Again, I love the idea that there's just... Like, people are just like, Michael Cook, you don't have a house, you're a renter? Are you talking to me? Like, yeah. Yeah, John Church, also interesting point. They laid off the IRS officers in charge of high wealth tax fraud. It's so funny that they act like people have just been hired on to do jobs and the IRS is just a bunch of people like throwing rocks back and forth all day. Like, well, all of these dumb people, they just don't know any better. They're just a bunch of dum-dums just doing work that somebody else has already done. And so they need big, smart, strong billionaires to come in and tell them what to do. Because we know how to do stuff good. Because look at all the businesses we make good. Oh, thank you, Johnny Viral. Oh, no, I missed that, Michael Cook. Who is this queer to question and criticize a great man like Elon Musk? Friends with his daughter, douchebag. Hope you're still watching, bitch. Yeah, this is just straight fucking rich person propaganda. Like, this is straight up just rich people are smarter than everybody else, so just let them cook. Let them do whatever. They're fine. Like, they know what to do with your money better than you do, you dumb little simpletons. Yeah, just like the egg prices. Egg prices, like groceries, Trump, he was going to take care of all of them as soon as he got into office, remember?
People whose only job it is to give out a laptop and a phone.
Right. The whole IRS could be handled once a month. So that doesn't make any sense. And President Trump's been very clear. It's scalpel, not hatchet, and that's the way it's getting done.
Bullshit.
And then
bullshit.
Once those decisions are made, there's a very heavy focus on being generous, being caring, being compassionate, and treating everyone with dignity and respect. And if you look at how
treating everyone with dignity and respect, as we are largely stripping any semblance of like efforts for diversity and inclusion is
separation payments.
Wildly
we put in place deferred resignation, the 8-month severance program. So there's a very heavy bias towards programs that are long dated, that are generous, that allow people to exit and go and get a new job in the private sector. And you've heard a lot of news about rifts, about people getting fired. At this moment in time, less than 0.15. No.
Really quick. The idea that, well, yeah, people can, this is going to free, like, again, this we know better than you, everything's going to be okay bullshit. And you're just being like, yeah, you know, there are good people working there, but they can just go get a job in the private sector. What job in the private sector? What? You're going to fire, the plan is, they've already fired tens of thousands of workers. what jobs are available when motherfuckers I know who are qualified, when famously for the last decade, the amount of people who have college degrees, who are highly educated, but still have to work within the gig economy to pay rent to share a room with 3 other fucking people, continues to go up. But you're saying that, oh, it's people can just go get jobs. Who gives a fuck? In the private sector. What they really mean is, I mean, we're like, there's always room at the gristle mill. There's always room at one of our many subsidiaries or companies, all of us billionaires here in the room, where we can grind you down while we are ravaging your social security and the economy and continuing to make record profits on your backbreaking fucking labor. Oh, this is how you start a recession? I mean, like, the recession is arguably already starting. Prices have escalated to a point now where things like, we have recession indicators popping off all over the place, by the way. Not just in the housing market, but in oil and gas sales, which is a massive recession indicator because oil and gas sales have slowly started to dip, which means that people are not traveling as much. And when people aren't traveling as much, whether it's for work or more importantly, for stimulating the economy, going to stores, buying shit, it means people have less money to buy. It means that, like, we are in recession territory, or we are rapidly approaching it now. Yeah, it's fucking... It is like a bit depressing, y'all. Fighting a Hobbit, thank you for 50 biddies. Hey, remember when that one Republican said that Americans aren't entitled to living within their means? Trust that guy with your money. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like, it is... They might as well fucking just come out and say, like, how dare you want to retire, you fucking plebeians.
Of the
you
federal
fucking
workforce
rubes.
has actually been given a RIF notice.
So they're selected if they're leaving.
It is
basically almost no one's gotten fired. That's what we're saying.
Tom Krause, working at Treasury, you are.
Basically, no one's gotten fired, is what we're saying. Federal workers fired by DOGE. 39. This was... Oh, okay. Interesting. New York Magazine. Over 30,000 federal employees have been let go or put on leave by Elon Musk's DOGE. Basically nobody. Basically nobody. Have we noticed a commonality already in this little propaganda piece he's putting together with state-run media Fox News? Have we noticed anything? Huh? That it seems like Elon's fucking lying a lot. Education Department announced it was firing more than 1,300 workers, essentially gutting the agency February 11th. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, 73 probationary workers. Department of Agriculture, 4,200 probationary employees were terminated, including about 3,400 from the Forest Service. 60 from Department of Education. This was a month ago, by the way. Department of Energy, 1,000. Department of Health and Human Services, 2,800. 400 from Department of Homeland Security, 140. Housing and Urban Development, 2,300. Department of the Interior, Department of Justice, more than 20. Department of State, more than 10,000 were fired or put on leave by the Agency for International Development. Department of Transportation, 400 probationary employees were cut after several high-profile domestic plane crashes. Department of the Treasury, 6,000 probationary workers. Before the purge, a top-ranking official resigned when Elon Musk's team began pushing for access to the government-wide payroll system. Department of Veterans Affairs, about 2,400 of the department's 43,000 probationary employees received termination notices. Do you think any of these thousands of people, what do you think they think about Elon saying basically nobody's been fired? How do you think they fucking feel about this, huh? Layoffs announced by U.S. employees jumped 245% in February, reported by Reuters. Government agencies accounted for a bulk of these.
Essentially, those
Thank you,
payments were
President
going
Sells. That is
places
a
we didn't
good
know where
point.
they were going, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case, Brett.
Thank you so much, Johnny Viral.
You know,
Thank
as
you
an
for
ex-CFO of a
advertising.
big public tech company, really what we're doing is we're applying public company standards to the federal government. And it is alarming how the financial operations and financial management is set up today. There is actually really only one bank account that's used to disperse all monies that go out of the federal government.
Time out. One bank account.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. A couple weeks ago, it had $800 billion in it, but it's the Treasury General account. So when you hear, some of my colleagues here, what they're talking about in terms of the fraud, you have to ask, well, why is this allowed to happen at a financial level? Well, it's actually quite simple but alarming. The Treasury, up until now, and thanks to President Trump, we're fixing this. In fact, there's an executive order that he just signed.
Oh, great!
The other
Another
day,
executive
which is
order.
protecting America's bank account, because it really is the taxpayers' money.
Oh, is
We're
it?
changing the culture.
Is it? Is
The
it coming
culture
back to
has
us?
Been not a lot of caring and not a lot of commitment to doing what's right relative to financial operations. There's a $500 billion of fraud every year. There's hundreds of billion dollars of improper payments, and we can't pass an audit. The consolidated financial report is produced by Treasury, and we cannot pass it on. We have material weaknesses. What that means is that if I was a public company CFO, I would effectively be removed. I couldn't file financial statements. I couldn't issue securities, which of course we depend on. Can't pass an audit.
Right. The federal government cannot pass an audit. It's impossible. In fact, in order to pass an audit, you need the information necessary to pass an audit. You need to have the payment codes, you need to have the payment explanation, and you need to have a person you can contact to understand why that payment was made. None of those things were mandatory until just recently, just a few weeks ago. In fact, maybe last week?
Yeah, we're serving 580 plus agencies. And up until very recently, effectively they could say make the payment and Treasury just sent it out as fast as possible. No verification. And so what we're doing is what any household would do. But imagine you're a household, you have a bank account, everyone has an ATM card connected to that account, everyone has a checkbook connected to that account. It's not just your children, it's not just your parents, it's your in-laws, it's your extended family, and they all can go to the account and disperse funds. No questions asked, no justification, no verification.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You have no
what they're finding.
Yes, please, God, enlighten me.
Tyler Hasan, Interior Department. You're a former oil company CEO.
God damn.
You're reviewing contracts before they're approved.
A former oil company CEO. Fuck, man. I can't even, I can't. I'm gonna become the jonkler, dude. I'm gonna become the fucking jonkler. A former oil is the next guy yeah, you were a former fucking CEO for Puppy Kickers International, just goes, it continues going down a route of progressively more and more evil, right? Where it started with Elon Musk, which is pretty fucking up there, but then you have Elon Musk to fucking Airbnb host to now oil company exec, what's next? Weapons manufacturing? Crazy. Yeah, fucking baby seal hunter. Big round baby seal eyes for headlights. All right, I'm gonna go put treats in baby's toy. Blackwater CEO. This is not the first. Oh, it's absolutely not the first time a former CEO is working on a government agency. Hell no. Brett Baer looks fucking rough, dude. Like, he looks. Yoicks.
For funding, what are you finding?
Well, Elon and Steve kind of stole my thunder a little bit, but I actually found that customer service survey contract. I actually have an example of one right here. I could have done this in high school. And I found it. I found it on the weekends because under the Biden administration, there was no departmental oversight within the Department of Interior whatsoever. None.
So there was just nobody at the Department of the Interior, the entire Biden administration.
And when things come to my attention that don't make sense, I'm bringing them to Secretary Burgum, and he's been fantastic. He's a businessman. He's very supportive of DOGE. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, I fucking saw that.
Is the battle between government of decades and decades of buildup and business, which you guys are, is that like a train hitting each other? I mean, it seems like it's pretty disruptive.
Well, this is a revolution, and I think it might be the biggest revolution in government since the original revolution.
Oh my God!
But at the end of the day, America is going to be in much better shape. America will be.
That's
solvent.
fucking nuts, dude.
The critical programs that people depend upon will work, and it's going to be a fantastic future. But are we going to get a lot of complaints along the way? Absolutely. You know, one of the things I learned at PayPal was you know who complains the loudest? And with the most amount of fake righteous indignation, the fraudsters.
Oh yeah, see, so anytime, see that's a great fucking cover. That's a great fucking cover. You see, if anybody complains, it's like, well, why are you complaining? You must be a fraudster. The Democrats, they can't identify any waste. Like, obviously, like if you're complaining, you must be a fraudster. You wouldn't complain unless you were benefiting from fraud. Fighting Hobbit, thank you for another 50 bits. Sending my last video of the night, heading to bed because I've had my fill of this profoundly tiring cavalcade of incompetent comic book supervillains. Yeah. Fucking tell me about it.
Suddenly gets $2 billion awarded from the federal government.
Yeah, no, he's basically saying that, like, the American people are the fraudsters.
I think that most people, common sense-wise, would say the fraud's got to end. Yeah. They're concerned about the 94-year-old mother who skips a check or somehow doesn't get what she's supposed to get.
Right, and what we're trying to say is actually that the 94-year-old grandmother is actually, as a result of DOGE's work, going to get her check. She's not going to be robbed by fraudsters like she's getting robbed today. And the solvency of the federal government will ensure that she continues to receive those Social Security checks, that Medicare continues to work, without which we're all doomed. The reason we're doing this is because if we don't do it, America's going to go insolvent. We're going to go bankrupt. And nobody's going to get anything.
Why are you guys all doing it? I mean, you can pipe up, but you don't have to be here, right?
Oh, yeah, no.
You don't have to be doing
You're so selfless. This is gonna be the good shit, chat. This is gonna be the good shit. I can tell. Let's get it.
We have a real fiscal crisis, and this is not sustainable. And what's worse, back to my children and everyone else's children, is we are burdening them with that debt. And it's only going to grow.
Steve, there's not a lot of hierarchy here. You guys are kind of all approaching it in different, silos, but with the same kind of goal, right? I mean, this is really Silicon Valley, private sector colliding with government.
Yeah, exactly, and we're headed in a bad path, but the chance of success exists. And just the one that just is in my head right now, which is a fairly mundane one, but I think is very illustrative, is credit cards. There are in the federal government around 4.6 million credit cards for around 2.3 to 2.4 million employees. This doesn't make sense.
Right.
And so one of the things all of the teams have worked on is we've worked with the agencies and said, do you need all of these credit cards? Are they being used? Can you tell us physically where they are?
I hope they're getting frequent flyers.
Actually, on a different note, the rewards program the federal government has is actually not very good. That's a whole other...
It's a negotiation.
Sure, yeah, exactly. But so far, the teams have worked together, and they've reduced it from 4.6 million to 4.3 million. So
we're taking it easy. But clearly there should not be, more. There should not be more credit cards than there are people. Yeah.
Joe, middle-level employees, are they seeing a benefit to being empowered by taking out bureaucracy? I mean,
absolutely. I mean, I think what you're seeing is taking the best of Silicon Valley and the business world and bringing it into the government. We're bringing the best practices and the best methodologies, and people are inspired. Right, especially on the retirement process, which I can speak to. They've been trying to modernize and get off of paper since early 2000s, very unsuccessfully. Every attempt has gone over budget and been canceled because it hasn't been successful. And so, I showed up and I feel like I'm here because it's an interesting problem. We can use design to solve it and good engineering, and really create a better experience for everybody.
We're talking about elementary financial controls that are necessary for any company to function. So, like, if the federal government, if a commercial company operated the way the federal government does, then it would be immediately go bankrupt. It would be delisted. The officers would be arrested. And the changes we're putting in place will enable the federal government to pass an audit. It will enable taxpayers to know where the money is going and know that their hard-earned tax dollars are being spent well. The ways that the government is defrauded is that the computer systems don't talk to each other. So if the computer systems don't talk to each other, then you can exploit that gap.
This just it just feels like fucking bullshit. Like every aspect of it just feels like either they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, or they expect nobody else to.
People under the age of 11.
Well, actually, to add to it, it's 300 million under the age of 11 and over 300 million to over the age of 120.
Definitely.
Small business loans.
Correct.
Yes. The oldest American is 114. So it's safe to say if their age is 115 or above, they're fake. Or they should be in the Guinness Book of World Records. And we should not be giving out loans to babies. So the youngest recipient of a Small Business Administration loan is a 9-month-old, which is a very, very precocious baby we're talking about here. So obviously it was just fraudulent. And they do terrible things. They actually will see that a kid's been born. They will steal that kid's social security number and then take out a loan and leave that kid with a bad credit rating. There was literally a baby. The terrible things are being done is what we're saying.
And how
we're stopping these terrible things.
And you can stop it? I mean,
we are stopping it.
The reason this is happening is because the two systems are not talking to each other.
Yes.
Right? And so you don't know at the Small Business Administration that you're giving a loan to a 9-month-old, which happened in one case, because you're not cross-referencing that with the Social Security Administration data that has birth dates. So that very, very, very simple fix eliminates tremendous fraud. And that there are multiple systems across the government where the systems are not speaking with one another. And if you just solve that simple problem, you would solve a huge amount of fraud.
Are you surprised?
So one of the ways that, like one of the key tricks that the fraudsters pull is that they will use the fact that someone is marked as live, and as sort of just that Social Security number is marked as live in Social Security, and then get disability and unemployment insurance for a dead person. Because the databases don't talk to each other, all they got was from Social Security is like, is this person alive? Yes, they're not alive. It's falsely marked. The person is falsely marked as alive. Social Security, but they didn't. But that person, a fraudster can now get unemployment and disability from a dead person.
Oh my
This is
God!
happening all the time.
Destin the Dam, thank you for 12 months in a row.
Are you surprised at some of the legal efforts and some of the judges that have weighed in? There's about 8 or 10 now.
Oh, yeah, no
of
shit.
these cases that are at least temporary holds. They're being challenged by the DOJ.
Right.
Yeah, no shit.
Are you surprised by that pushback?
Well, it's the DC Circuit is notorious for having a very far-left bias.
Of course.
And when you look at
naturally
the people close to some of these judges, where are they working? Oh, they're working at these NGOs. Oh, they're the ones getting this money. Does that seem like a system that lacks corruption? It sounds like corruption to me.
Last thing, do you
the
guys all see
fucking
this as a patriotic
cojones to go on TV and be like, oh, well, yeah, that seems like
essential.
corruption to me.
I do, 100%.
Fucking wild. No
was running
shot,
5
dude.
businesses in Houston, and I left that. I left great people to do this, and my
Who the fuck
wonderful
are the
wife
rest of these
said,
chuckle
"Go
fucks
for it."
then?
And here I am, but I feel like this is me giving back to the country.
If we don't do this, we're sunk. Unless this exercise is successful, the ship of America will sink. That's why we're doing it.
Gentlemen, I really appreciate the time today, and hopefully took some of the myth and mystery out of DOGE and what's happening behind the scenes.
It absolutely did not.
We asked on X, your platform, for some questions. And here is C. Sperling.
Yeah.
He writes, are they happy with the speed at which they're making changes? Are there any changes they would like to make but haven't yet?
Well, I think in the context of the government, we're moving
Thank you,
like
jolly rotten.
In the context
100
of
biddies.
what I'm used to moving,
Thank you for
it's
100.
slower than I'd like. What seems like incredibly fast action by government standards is slower than I'd like, to be totally frank. But we are making solid progress. A very sort of thorny problem, a tough problem, like really it's kind of like painful homework, frankly, is reconciling all of the government databases to eliminate the waste and fraud. These databases don't talk to each other, and that's really
God, this is so fucking. I hate hearing the these databases don't talk to each other. This is just fucking
so we need to reconcile
meaningless
databases.
double speak bullshit.
Frankly, painful homework.
That you're gonna.
but
Here's
it
the
has to be
thing:
done.
the most annoying part is that you're gonna start hearing people talking about that. You're gonna start hearing people about like, well, all these government databases don't talk to each other, and it doesn't fucking mean anything.
You're in there.
You know, the Pentagon has not passed an audit in a very long time. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, they will lose $20–30 billion a year, and they don't know where. They literally don't know where it went.
They absolutely do.
I mean, Senator Collins was telling me about how she gave the Navy.
Again, like when you're talking about, particularly as applies to spending and defense spending, they know where that money goes. It goes to our overseas interests. We talked about this months ago. It goes to our interests a lot of the time in either explicit or soft power. It goes to funding military bases all around the world, like the one J.D. Vance is fucking at in Greenland, trying to talk shit about Norway for whatever god fucking forsaken reason. Yeah, it is like we do actually know where this money goes. We do actually know what it's being used for, both in terms of its actual utility and in terms of like very specific spending. And like, would I like to have, like, you'll notice he's not talking about, and of course he fucking wouldn't, but like, he's not talking about, Floormaster GG, thank you for subbing with Prime. He's not talking about like, oh yeah, we need to stop spending so much money on like fucking bombs and weapon contracting and shit and bombing brown children over in Palestine. Like, somebody brought up how Elon Musk has weapon contracts. Yeah, what the fuck? Halo, come on, man. The hell is that? Killing me here, Smalls. Does anybody have... I wanted to watch... I thought this would be the interview, and maybe it is. We haven't reached the end of it. Did anybody catch the interview where he talked shit about
$12 billion
walls?
for extra submarines. Got 0 extra submarines. And then when she held a hearing, said, where'd the $12 billion go? They didn't know.
Talking to those guys, and you have a great team from all over the country. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. You know, there's now been these many cases of violence and vandalism at Tesla dealerships. How does that affect your employees, your customers?
Here's what I was talking about. Here's what I was talking about, chat.
How have you taken that in?
Well, I think a great wrong is being done to the people of Tesla and to our customers. Tesla is a peaceful company that has made great cars, great products. That's what
Boxing Cat SWL. Holy shit!
Anyone.
What the fuck?
And yet people are committing violence. They're firebombing Tesla dealerships. They're shooting.
Thank you, Crispy Fried, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tier 1 subbies. I appreciate y'all. Boxing Cat, thank you for the biddies. I don't like how I just want to play fucking Delta Halo, bro. What the fuck? That's Banooners right there. Oh, do we have a hype train? Hypers, hell yeah. Thank y'all. Alright, let's get back to this mewling fucking ding dong. Why is it not? Dog, it won't load the fucking playlist. What gives? What gives? And now it won't load. Man! Are we not? What's going on? Yeah, that load time is fucking crazy. Flying over support public transportation and the car industry? God, I fucking wish. I love public transportation. Dude, what the hell? What's up, YouTube? Hey, YouTube. Thank you, Boxing Cat, for 10 biddies. Thank you, Kill Rhubarb, for subscribing. Dude, what the hell? Why isn't... Yeah, sorry, my dog is needy for attention. There we go.
Well, I think a great wrong is being done to the people of Tesla and to our customers. Tesla is a peaceful company that has made great cars, great products. That's all it's done. Hasn't harmed anyone. And yet people are committing violence. They're firebombing Tesla dealerships. They're shooting guns into stores. They're threatening people. They're issuing death threats against me and other Tesla personnel. What are they doing this for? Why? And what's happening, it seems to me, is they're being fed propaganda by the far left. And they believe it.
Here's the thing, it's not propaganda if it's true. Well, that's not entirely true. You can have propaganda that is true. You can have propaganda that skews something one way or the other.
Discharge link is loud and clear. Copy that.
Down. Stop it.
Detonating in 3, 2.
Does anybody have that Walls clip where he talks shit about Walls and gets all upset about that?
It's really unfortunate. The real
because I want to watch that before stream ends.
Are not the people? It's not like the crazy guy that firebombs at Tesla dealership. It's the people pushing the propaganda that caused that guy to do it. Those are the real villains here. And we're going to go after them. And the president's made it clear we're going to go after them. The ones providing the money, the ones pushing the lies and propaganda.
So here's what I talked about the other day on the stream. The idea, not on the stream, in the video I put out, What Good is a Protest? And we're seeing this idea is so incredibly dangerous, because you'll notice, and maybe he does in the rest of the clip, you'll notice he doesn't talk specifically about who's funding these groups, what propaganda is being pushed, who's pushing this propaganda, because they don't want to define very specifically what they're talking about. What they want is to create a framework to work within to target anybody that might fall within that. They want to create a box that they can aim around and use to target it. Like if you ever like the smart gun from Aliens, if you ever played a video game or anything with that, where it is just a big square that auto tracks targets that come into it. It's like that. Do we have a hype train already? Thank y'all. And it is so telling. Again, you can tell everything you need to know about him, what he means about this shit, what they're specifically talking about, and how he approaches this issue, in that there is no other option than this being the fault of the radical left. That the radical leftists are pushing propaganda that are targeting him, and that, well, we're going to go after them. And notice, he's not saying we're going to go after, because Trump has already brought up federal charges against the people who are firebombing shit, but we're going to go after the people spreading this misinformation. Okay, well, what does that look like? I, according to him, would be spreading propaganda, spreading lies. I've done it several times. Does that mean I should be locked up and sent to El Salvador? Most people would say no. I would hope so, that we still have freedom of speech in America. But I know there are at least people in the Trump office who would look at content like mine and say, yeah, that person is they're undermining democracy. They're going against DOGE and Elon Musk's great project. They're going against America. They're un-American. And granted, that's, at least right now, not going to happen to me, because I'm a very small fish, right? I'm itty bitty. I'm teeny tiny. I have 100,000 subscribers. I'm fucking nobody. But how long until there is an entire department dedicated to even sniffing out and finding and charging the nobodies? Once they're done targeting whoever they think are the big purveyors of propaganda. These are the things that people have spent so long talking about with Trump, and they've mostly been met with derision. That, like, oh, this would never happen. We have all these safeguards in place for democracy. Meanwhile, people on the left and the further left have been saying, he doesn't give a shit. They don't care about your democracy. They don't care about who's elected to represent you. They care about their own self-interests. And the people you're electing, the people you're relying on as a buffer against them, the fucking Democrats, they don't give a shit either. At least certainly not enough. Anyway, continue.
We're going after them.
And it's been this evolution. I mean, the last administration was going to mandate electric vehicles, and now you see on the far left some efforts to go after electric vehicles. It's quite something.
On the far
left. It is ironic.
Is it?
It seems like the most ironic outcome is the most likely.
See,
But
did he just make up a fucking Occam's razor? Did he just make up ironic razor? Christ, man. No, it's not that. Oh, yeah, the far left. It seems ironic that the far left, that they are against electric vehicles. They aren't. They're against your fucking little Hitler mobiles, dickhead. People still like electric vehicles. People don't like supporting your dumbass. Ma, thank you for $5. You have been accused of the crimes of high buggery. How do you plead? Never mind, no trial. See, you joke, but like shit, like anti-sodomy laws, anti-gay laws, laws specifically made to target queer people are coming back into fashion in a big bad way if something doesn't fucking stop all this. Like, you can mark my words on that. Come on.
I mean, personally, it's got to take a toll.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I think there's some real evil out there. And we have to overcome it.
I mean, you have been called a Nazi, a white supremacist, a fascist.
I mean, they've got the sort of the
just to
normal
name a
playbook.
few. Yeah.
Oh, the normal
I mean,
playbook.
they've still got it. They haven't. I guess they still need to call me Stalin, Mussolini, you know, whatever, Genghis Khan. Or
Again,
whatever.
shows so much how he
I mean, they called
knows
the president all these
about being a
things.
fascist that he's
I
like,
think
yeah,
at
they
one
haven't
point
called me Stalin.
There was a magazine cover
Fucking moron.
which said the president was worse than that President Trump was worse than Hitler, Mussolini, and Stalin combined. The president hasn't killed anyone. He hasn't started any wars. In fact, he's good at stopping wars.
Oh, is he? Is he?
So this is.
I want somebody to
pushing
clip this and
these
come back to
lies.
it in like 8
And why do
months
they
and
push
see
these
how we're
lies?
doing with Denmark, by the way.
And I think that we need to hold people responsible for pushing these lies, because those lies almost got the president killed.
Oh.
What's something that people wouldn't know about the president? You're pretty close to him now. You spend a lot of time with him. What's something that people wouldn't know?
He's
I
got
think
a
the president is good
dimple
man.
that not a lot of people know
I think he is
about.
an honest man, and
Honest man
I've
is
yet
fucking
to see him
wild.
do anything mean or anything that is wrong, that I would say morally wrong. Not even once.
You know, a lot is coming your way, but
People are
sometimes
asking a lot of
you
questions
say
about my
stuff or
shirt that are
post
answered
stuff
by my
that gets
shirt.
attention. You give it out, in other words. Democratic Arizona Senator Mark Kelly posted on X about his trip to Ukraine to push for continuing to send U.S. weapons and support there, and you posted that he was a traitor. Well, why do that?
Well, I think somebody should care about the interests of the United States above the interests of another country.
So here's actually, again, this is kind of an interesting telling moment, is that this is just this is meant to tee up Elon to talk about, oh, why would you, because the people who are watching this earnestly, hello, dog. Dog says hello. Lady wants to say hello. And she go back down. Okay. The people who watch this earnestly from the point of view of Fox News, right, are being like, well, yeah, he is a traitor, obviously. But this is a more telling moment for the tactics that Elon takes, particularly, because this is showing specifically how they label. Remember, we were just talking about who they're going to target and how they're going to do it and why they're making excuses for it now and laying out this framework. Here's another look at how specifically they delineate these terms, things like traitor. These incredibly loaded, heavy pieces of language that, A, are being used for people like Elon Musk. So again, it is not just, the function of it is not just to villainize this one person, it's deflection. It is like, well, I'm not a traitor. I'm actually doing good, and Tesla is a good company, and we're doing good things for people. And it's actually this person who is a traitor because they don't have the interests of America at heart. And as somebody is talking about flying over trout, Israel, yeah, nobody's really talking about the shit that we're doing in the name of anti-Semitism, cracking down on any kind of fucking free speech. Crazy.
He's a decorated veteran, a former astronaut, a sitting U.S. senator.
It doesn't mean it's okay for him to put the interests of another country above America.
Obviously, there are some Republicans who think supporting Ukraine is the right thing still, but
What is
there's
that?
a battle back and forth about how do you think it comes to an end?
What was that? Is that Storm Chaser Patrick Pineda Beyond WX? Thank you so much for $20. Cuts to NOAA resulting in disruptions of weather balloon launches this week. Now there is significant disagreement between weather models. We don't know what state tomorrow's tornado outbreak will happen in. Yeah, that wasn't. I thought that was Lady. I thought somehow my dog whining got looped back in. All right, here I'm gonna go back like 10 seconds.
The interests of another country above America.
Obviously, there are some Republicans who think supporting Ukraine is the right thing still, but there is a battle back and forth about how do you think it comes to an end?
There's a fucking dog crying in the Fox studio. What the fuck? What the hell, man? Like, y'all know Lady's fine and she's okay here and she just whines all the time because I'm not giving her attention. So maybe, like, best case scenario, the most charitable interpretation, that's what's happening. But, like, that's fucking weird. That's fucking weird.
Well, I think there will be a negotiated peace. And the thing that we should be concerned about is we should have empathy for the thousands of people that are dying every day in trenches for no movement in the lines. So the borders remain the same. For the past 2 years, thousands of people have died every week for nothing. For what? And I take great offense at those who put the appearance of goodness over the reality of it. Those who virtue signal and say, oh, we can't give in to Russia, but have no solution to stopping thousands of kids dying every day. They just want that to continue forever.
What the fuck are you talking about? They just want that to continue forever? God.
So you're optimistic because they're virtue signaling, and their lack of a solution means that kids don't have a father. It means that parents lost a son. For what? Nothing.
So you're optimistic that the president's
his fucking attempts to like be profound and deep and like I'm gonna blow that up again so we can watch that. That shit is embarrassing. It's honestly like I want people to like watch his attempts to really be like political and like watch him try and get fucking into this statesman bullshit.
It means that parents lost a son. For what? Nothing.
So you're optimistic that the president's plan might work?
He looks like a frog with Botox. Elon Musk versus Tim Walz. Reuben report. God, what a fucking... Hey. Hey, could you stop? No, stop it. Stop it. Okay, you. Seriously. Stop. Evil Kermit. Alright, let's watch just the fucking Fox News one. I don't actually care that much.
My companies are suffering because I'm in the government. You just pointed that out a moment ago.
Right.
Do you think it helps sales if dealerships are being firebombed? Of course not. and Tesla customers are being intimidated all over the country and all over Europe. Does that help Tesla?
God, it's fucking like it's eldritch, like a Lovecraftian fish man is what is happening. God, his eyes are so glassy. It's making me uncomfortable. It's kind of telling that he completely forgets to mention when he's talking about how he's just fucking suffering from my success. He's completely forgetting to mention. Sorry, I'm getting tired. It's getting late. That Trump just did like a fucking ad read on the White House lawn for his shit. Like, shit you can ad space you can only buy when you buy a politician. It's fucking crazy. But he's like, "Oh no, I'm suffering from working in the government."
I mean, you had Tim Walz, who's a huge jerk, right? You know, running around on
talk like a
stage
kid.
with a Tesla stock price where the stock price had gone in half, and he was overjoyed. What an evil thing to do.
God. He looks like he's gonna fucking cry. He does. He looks like what an evil thing to do, to mock your stock price falling as and make no mistake, people were talking about it, as a direct result of the actions you've taken, buckaroo. And he is just straight up being like, what an evil thing to do for stock price. Which, like, again, is one of those very telling things that is like, I don't think I've ever heard in all the time I've spent hundreds of hours now, even just on stream probably, just watching political content and shit. How many, I can't tell you if I've ever heard somebody describe stocks in terms of good or evil. Unless they're talking about, like, you know, investing in fucking Raytheon or some shit. Like, the idea that he's like, yeah, it's such an evil thing to cheer on the loss of my personal stock price is like, again, this is the guy who's fucking, he's delineating what is or isn't good and evil. That's fucking, that's nuts. That's crazy to me.
What a creep. What a jerk. Like, who derives joy from that? And it was pointed out to him that actually, you know, Minnesota State Pension Fund is a major investor in Tesla. But he didn't care. He was so overjoyed by Tesla stock going in half.
Yeah, because it hurts
Does that sound like a good person to you?
Does that sound like a good person? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like somebody I'd fucking trust. Like, but also the jerk thing. Why don't you fucking... You'll notice I've yet to see him. He does this all the time, by the way. Elon might be one of the best, and it's fitting that he would be a clear example of how people talk differently and how tough they are when they talk online versus in person. Where, like, I would never say shit on Twitter that I wouldn't say directly to you, either on here or face to face. I just wouldn't. Elon, well, if you'll notice, go on Twitter. The other day, he called Hassan the Arsler. But when it comes to somebody directly insulting him, Mr. Big Billy Badass Free Speech Warrior on Fox News, on the place where nobody's going to question anything he fucking says or push back, he's like, yeah, that guy's what a jerk. What a jerk. He's a big bully. He's just a big mini poo-poo doo-doo head. But on fucking X, the everything app, Blaze Your Glory, TMCR, he gets to go and be like, Hassan is actually an arsler dipshit. Isn't that funny, Grums, who I respond and reply to personally. What a thing. Yeah, no, like they're literally so mean to me. It's like I'm sorry, dude. It is. Hey, activate Grok sexy mode. Sorry, I keep slipping into it's Elon activates the same part of my brain that will do like a stereotypical Nazi accent or something. And so I slip into it sometimes, I feel. Which is dumb. No, it really does. Flying over trout. He's not funny. He doesn't have charisma. It makes him miserable that people don't love him. It's fascinating in a way. Because, like, again, far be it from me to this isn't a unique observation by any stretch. But the amount of people who have correctly surmised that, like, Elon just has this pathological, damn near, need apparently to just be loved, be beloved wherever he goes, wherever he is at any given point. And that's not how you get people to like you, dude. You don't get people to like you by bribing them, by lying to them, by doing all these things that Elon does. You don't get people to like you. It's another thing that you see a lot. And again, it makes sense that he's basically just this 4chan brain ding-dong. When he bases so much of his personality, like the way he acts, the way he interacts with others, the things he sees as like funny and the jokes he tells, he bases it on other fucking people. He bases it on what other people in that sphere will A, find funny, and B, shit that he's just seen in references. And you could see the Blade Runner thing where he was like, yeah, it's just like a car that Blade Runner would drive, or whatever the fuck he said. Or like when somebody said Elon is the Doge father, or whatever the fuck, and he retweeted it saying cue music from the movie. And it's just like, you've never seen The Godfather, bro. Like, I just don't believe you have. Not like because it's like, oh, it's a transcendent thing, you wouldn't act a way if you had. It's just like, I don't think you like know about The Godfather outside of maybe hearing the theme music once. I just don't think you do. I think you base so much of your personality on references to other shit, and it is all filtered through the lens of what other people are into. Like, you just do shit because you think it will make you cooler instead of having any genuine, like, interest in the artistry of something. This is actually kind of flips right into a conversation a little bit about all the shit happening right now with AI on X, the everything app, Blazer Glory, TMCR. Where you see so many people arguing in favor of this Studio Ghibli AI dog shit nightmare that is just taking over the app in the last couple days. And there are all these people who have one of the biggest arguments I've seen in favor of AI art is the idea that, oh, it's gonna democratize art. That anybody can make art. But that's not why people make art. No artist or painter I've ever known, and I've known quite a few, make art so that I can do it too. Like, just cause I want to make a Studio Ghibli thing. It's this part of like the human experience that I feel has been lost by people who are just so terminally internet brained that they genuinely equate things like memes to human culture. Which is ironic because the people who align with Elon Musk are usually the ones talking about like, statues, and like they don't make art like this anymore. And actually all the art now is bad and it's paint splatters on canvas and stuff. It's like, you don't know art to begin with. What gives you any qualification to speak on that shit? Anyway, sorry. I realize art is already made by anyone. Yeah, like, well, so that's the thing, is that, like, art is already made by anyone, but what they mean is that they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the growth. They want to press a button and have a computer program steal from somebody else and give them something where they go, see, I can do it too. But you can't. Everybody knows you can't. And it's only a matter of time until we have proper, even if AI gets so good that it's imperceptible, which is unfortunately very likely a reality in the next 5 years, with just the shit ton of money being constantly dumped into it. Even if that is the case, there are going to be tells in the same way that you can tell in like the data of a photo if it's been altered or edited. There are going to be ways that AI learning machines are going to develop to tell you if AI photos are AI or not. Like that's what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be relying on AI machines to tell us if a photo is AI or not. That's my prediction. I don't have anything to really base that on except just looking at where shit's heading. But that aside, somebody brought up the idea that it's going to become, and this is kind of what I've thought for a while, that the advent of AI art is going to bring on this kind of, and what it's actually going to bring on is like what probably will happen, unfortunately, is something in the worst possible timeline, akin to like feudal era art and artistry, where properly handcrafted shit wasn't for like the landed, like the lower classes. It became a boutique specialty item that was highly sought after, but only accessible to the wealthy. And that is truly the deepest, darkest timeline that I don't think will come to pass. I think we have enough of a, thankfully, we have a wide enough variety of artistic interests, artistic talents, people who work on art, people who make art now, that I don't think we really have to worry about like, oh, or is anybody from the lower class gonna rise up and make art? It's like, yeah, probably. Like I bet. AI art makes it harder to find genuine art. Yeah, that's one of the most revolting and frustrating parts about the current art landscape is that, like, dude, have you ever tried to look through shit online? Like, have you ever tried to look through videos or look through photos online? It is so fucking hard. It's so fucking hard. Like, what the hell are they doing? Everybody knows NFT are the future. Oh God. Why would you say that to me? Why would you lie to me like this? NFTs are the future. Making art can be hard. Yeah, that's part of art. That's part of what makes art a valuable pursuit. That's part of what I put out a tweet that kind of took off outside my orbit, and people are like, which naturally means people were mad at me for it, like everything I say. But it's so hard to communicate to people that, like, part of art is the struggle. And I'm not talking about, like, oh, artists need to have a hard life and you have to struggle through your art and blah, blah, blah. Part of art is the fact that you have spent time honing and learning your craft. When people talk about Studio Ghibli, there's a brief clip that's been going around from my favorite Ghibli movie, The Wind Rises. And it is a couple second shot that took the animator apparently 1 year and 3 months to animate, because it's a wide crowd shot and crowds are super fucking hard to animate. And it's only a couple seconds, but it is so intricately, richly detailed, so lavishly created, and it sets the tone immaculately. It is watching the craft of a master in motion before you, and there's still an hour and a half left in the rest of the movie. And people say, well, yeah, but now I can just fucking put Hawk to a girl in a Ghibli filter. And we can make movies by just putting, look, I put Lord of the Rings in a Ghibli filter. And you have Asmongold out here going, well, artist, you should try being something else. Go be a plumber because nobody's going to need you anymore. And it's so disheartening because when you think about, and I want you to think about, again, this is like a big idea, whatever. Parenthetical big idea. I don't want to get to like, fucking, let's get deep here. Sorry, my dog is chewing on her bone right here. Clonus, you couldn't do the Akira biker fight now? Yeah, because of woke. I don't want to get too deep here, but when you think about, I want you to consider for a moment Studio Ghibli, right? The Wind Rises came out in 2014, 2013, somewhere around there. Studio Ghibli had already been a major studio in Japan since the 80s. Think about the progression of anime in Japan, from Astro Boy, from Kimba, from all of these like just classic works of animation through to Ghibli. Think about Miyazaki, a lifetime of artistic expression. Think about then every animator who grew up watching Miyazaki's movies, being so inspired by what they saw. Whether it appealed or whether it was useful or inspirational in their life, it affected them in some way. And I'm willing to bet that there are several of those animators who went to school, who got into animation, who got into art, who picked up a pencil to draw for the very first time because of a movie like that. I want you to think back. How many people here, because I know I was one of them, how many people here, when you were in middle school, you picked up a pencil for the first time because you were like, yo, this anime, this manga shit, I can do this. You can't. You can't. That shit is hard. Being a mangaka takes fucking work. It takes a lot of fucking work. But you were so invested in things like Naruto that you were still like, I want to try. And then I want you to consider, so the totality up until that point, that somebody's in college, that somebody becomes an artist, that somebody dedicates their life to this craft. And there is no knowing the interpersonal stories that led that one person to that one point. There is no knowing how many people didn't support them, how many parents disagreed with them and said they were wasting their life. There's no knowing how many people, and granted, this is romanticizing a little bit, but walk with me here. There's no knowing how many fucking people would be depressed, would be maybe suicidal, would be maybe failing classes, have a loved one leave them, have a loved one die. And in that moment of feeling a disconnect from the rest of the world, would turn to a piece of art like a Ghibli movie, like something Miyazaki would make. These stories that touch upon, there is a reason that these stories, that Ghibli as an institution for a lot of people is kind of sacrosanct. Because they are not just whimsical fairy tales. They are not just these big sprawling epics. They very intentionally get at these aspects of human expression and emotion in a lot of ways other films, and most importantly mediums, have failed to capture. So you have all of these things that mean so much to people, that have come to mean more personally to so many people over the years. And you have these artists who grew up being inspired, whether they were inspired by Ghibli to become an artist, or whether they were just impressed with the work the studio had done. And you have so many people over the years who, like that one artist who worked on one shot that was a couple seconds long for over a year of his life, put into this singular moment of artistry. And along with that couple of seconds comes along every other aspect of his personal story, his or her personal story, up until that point. How they got to the point where they are able to craft that. Everything, every piece of opposition in their personal life, in the world around them that stood in their way to reach that goal. Everything that had inspired them up until that point. And so when you have somebody then go to you and say, I can make a fucking dollar store knockoff of that shit and it's just as good, fuck you. I think legitimately those kind of people aren't just making human culture worse, but just making artistry and our existence by nature of making that artistry worse. Sorry, I realized that was a little bit of a tangent. The AI shit really fucking gets me. It really fucking gets me. There are so many important aspects to culture, to how we pass things on to one another. That has, like we started, I want you to think about the totality of artistic expression across all of human existence. It goes so far beyond just a fucking Instagram Ghibli filter, right? Think about every statue we still have from the antiquity period. Think about every fucking clay pot that we barely have a surviving fractal of, where people were just coming into ideas of artistic expression. Like, the need to express one's experiences through a creative medium has been integral to the human experience. From the fucking beginning. From fucking painting with berries on cave walls and stretching skin over shit to try and tell stories. And now people want to press buttons and have a soulless, lifeless husk regurgitate and do it for them. And to me, that is embarrassing. It makes me embarrassed to be a fucking human. Like, honestly. Anyway, sorry. I realized that, again, I didn't want to get too fucking grand sound too. I realize that sounds pretty fucking pretentious, a lot of it. I'll take that on the chin. But it really makes me mad. If y'all couldn't tell. Like, I think less of somebody if they engage in AI art. I do. I had somebody call me out and say that I make slop, like YouTube slop, and I don't think they actually know what videos I make. But they were like, "Oh yeah, you there's no difference between the thumbnails you make and AI art." Or like they were trying to say that like I could improve my thumbnails with AI art or something. And I was like, "No." Like, my thumbnails, I know. Like, my thumbnails aren't always hitters. I know that. I know that better than anybody. Sometimes I'll look at a thumbnail and I'll be like, I'll sit there for 2-3 hours trying to put it together and just be like, fuck, man, I don't know. Put a text box here. Do this. I don't give a shit. I'm tired. Just put it out. But at the end of the day, I still made them. I still had to ask other people's opinion. I go to I go to the Discord sometimes and I'll be like, hey, what do we think about this thumbnail, y'all? And people will give me feedback. I'll adjust or I won't based on that. Ugh. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. I did sneeze. Ah, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Don't sneeze. Too late. Already did. What'd I tell you? Yep. 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 Damn, it's 2 a.m. What are you doing still up at 2 a.m., Brocephus? Broseph? It is getting late. Let's go. Let's see who we got to see. Or can I not? I would like to go to my... There we go. No? Yeah, no, I would... What the God damn it, Twitch. Did they fucking change shit again? Yeah, I would like to open mod tools. God damn, why would I not want to... Twitch. All right, we've got... Let's go say hi to Riverboat Jack. I want to go talk to her about something anyway. Y'all go tell her that... Go tell Jack I want to talk to her about Brianna in case I forget to message her later. And have a wonderful rest of your night. Love y'all. Thank you and have a good one. Thank you all for the support. And go tell Hassan